22?
23.
23 cases. So he still got a few left though. There's Steelers don't have a QB. There's been Packers.
23 minus 9 is what?
What happened?
Drew, what's 23 minus 9?
I know what he was doing, so I stopped talking.
I ain't even hear it. What happened?
Drew, what's 23 minus 9?
23 minus 9. That is gonna be 8. That is gonna be 13. Thing. What? I fucked up. My math is horrible.
How much?
23 minus 9 is.
This 23 minus 9 is 13, nigga.
13, I mean, sure? You want to die?
No, 14.
Yo, we just got our intro. God damn.
You got knocked the fuck out, man. Yeah, I'm in go mode. Go. Yeah, I'm in go mode.
What's up, guys? And happy 2.
Tuesday.
Happy
actually,
Tuesday.
Technically, it's 02222022. Okay, yeah. And actually, technically, that's only in America because the rest of the world uses 22022022. But all right, whatever.
And then in China right now, it's probably actually 0223. 2022. So happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the OSA Out of Shape All-Stars podcast. Now, this is season 2, episode 45. 45 episodes left in the season. Overall, 95. We are getting closer to that.
That's my favorite president.
Who's the 100th president?
No, he said the 45. 45.
Oh, okay.
No, 45.
President 45.
Die.
Yesterday was President's Day, so
you know what I'm saying? Salutes to my guy, son. I mean, shit.
You mean the guy as in the current president, or you talking about 45?
I'm talking about 45.
You talking about 45? You talking about
45, yo?
You talking about
January 6th. Never forget.
But again, episode brought to you by.
Why do you think I got married on July 6th? 6 months after. What's up?
Oh, you did it for that reason.
Yep, that's exactly why I did it on a Tuesday too. So what's up?
Do the list know that?
Nah, hell no, she don't. She don't know my. If we have a boy, I'm gonna name him Donald. If we have a girl, Ivanka.
That's fine.
You say Ivanka.
That's fine. Yeah, it's something like that. Ain't that her name, Ivanka?
Yes, it's Ivanka.
Ivanka, yeah. Like that.
No, his daughter's Ivanka. You got.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He has
what do you think I'm gonna name him after that fucking? Nah, I don't even. Nope. I'm not gonna go there. Not gonna go there.
What's his wife's name? What's his wife's name?
Melania.
All right.
Melania.
There you go.
Melania.
That'll be her middle name. Ivanka Melania Hurtado.
So you said you're gonna name her Ivanka Melania Tiana Trump?
Yeah.
Tiana Trump horchata. Now, Kev is currently at a wedding on a Tuesday, so hopefully he'll be here later. We got the rest of the crew here, as you can see. Drew here with the fresh cut. Eddie's here with the fresh cut. Me and John just looking rugged like always. You know how we do it, and we're gonna get it to the pod now. And kicking off an open run. Now, just a few weeks ago, we had UFC and had one of the biggest fights between Iggy and Whittaker. But this week, we got an even bigger fight. We got Michigan versus Wisconsin. Jawan Howard.
Oh, we starting there.
We're going to kick it off.
We're
going to kick it off with the battle that UFC was missing. Coach Jawan Howard, versus Wisconsin's coach. I don't even know his name, but
technically it was the assistant coach.
Well, the assistant coach, but it was initiated with the head.
Initiated by the head coach.
So basically, what happened was Wisconsin was skunking Michigan, and instead of taking a win, they were still calling timeouts to run plays, although they were kicking Michigan ass. In sports, we have these unwritten rules, and when you get,
which are dumb, by the way. So write them down.
So when you skunking
write
people,
them down.
you take out your starters, you put your your bench players in, you take your win gracefully. So in this case, to Jawan Howard, Coach Howard, Wisconsin they win gracefully. So at the end of the game, they usually shake hands. They do the lineup and everybody walk past and shake hands. Juwan Howard did not want to coach Wisconsin coach hand. So the coach grabbed Juwan Howard. Juwan Howard told him, "Hey, don't fucking grab me." And he was already.
But he did the finger in the face.
He did the finger in the face.
Yeah.
The two teams came up. Now what's being said is the reason why Juwan Howard had open hand slapped the assistant coach because while everybody was crowded up, the assistant coach pushed one of his players aggressively to the side, and therefore Coach Howard saw it and told his ass, "Bro, you don't touch my players," smacked him, and then all hell ensued. Players, bumping each other and everybody acting rowdy and got crazy and shit. So due to that, Coach Howard was fined $40K and suspended for the rest of the regular season. Now, when it first came out, a lot of people was talking about he should be fired. He's a man leading men, and he's supposed to set the example. And a lot of people were in the sports world, especially fans, Dick Eden, was calling for his resignation, but he has been fined and suspended for the rest of the regular season. Are we okay with the suspension and fine that Juwan Howard is taking? Ed, take us away. How do you feel about it?
I just want to real quick. Anybody know how tall Juwan Howard is?
Like 6'9", 6'9".
Yeah, and he was obviously played for Michigan, but he was
played
an
in
athlete,
the NBA.
right?
Yeah, played in the NBA.
Right, he's a pretty good athlete, right?
Went to my high school. Went to my high school, CVS. Yeah, same high school. I don't know the nigga, but he from the city, Chicago rapping. And you don't play with Chicago niggas like that. You get slapped. That's like one-on-one.
My only problem with, obviously I think the suspension is a little rash. This shit happens all the time. But I think his defense is that he felt threatened. How tall is the coach from Wisconsin?
That nigga like 5'8".
You see this fucking roly-poly? Like I'm playing it back right now. I'm trying to see, maybe what he saw that he was a little threatened by, but this dude is mad little. It looks like he's out of shape.
Well, his whole thing is
Juwan put a little bit of power on him, a little, like when he grabbed him by the shirt, kind of put a little bit of power just so he could feel like, hey, you fuck with me.
He was more threatened by the way the assistant coach was approaching, because the assistant coach pushed his player and was, I guess, rushing aggressively.
So it looks like I'm watching this again. The assistant coach is kind of just pushing his way through to kind of separate people. And then boom, yep, here comes the slap. And yeah, I mean, that was really Juwan's a big dude, man. Like, come on, dog. Like you don't you weren't scared. Like, again, I don't like the defense.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, yes, it shouldn't happen regardless. I don't give a fuck if you are big, if you are a former athlete. Like, don't put your hands on nobody, especially like when on a grand stage like this.
Yeah, Juwan Howard was definitely taller than some of the players that was in that.
I'm watching this. That's why I asked how tall he was.
Towering over people, like he was able to tower and reach over.
And he's not a weak dude. Like he put his hand up on the coach,
everybody's head,
and the coach backed up. And then obviously, everybody talks shit. They're pushing and shoving, and there were no punches thrown until Juwan gave him that fucking hand.
Open palm snap.
And he didn't even really hit him. Like he kind of like caught like the side.
It was like a muff, like a mush, almost like
out of here. Yeah. And then that's when like the players started like scrapping. That's when I started seeing players actually like,
squaring up, right?
But
see, a lot of people saying
the suspension's a little too much. But I mean, is Michigan's? I mean, their season's over anyway, no?
Yeah, they're going to the tournament. He'll be back in time for tournament time. It's March.
Well, they're not having the best season. They might miss out on the actual NCAA tournament. But usually, even bad season or not, if you win your conference tournament, it's automatic bid for the tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have a chance, even though the season wasn't that great. If they win their tournament, they luckily win their tournament, they could get a spot. And
listen, I'm saying Michigan lost the game, but what it looks like, Michigan won this fight.
They eighth in the Big Ten, but again, so before we get into the 64, they'll go into their conference tournament. And again, if they able to pull off, they're going to miss the rest of the games for the regular season, but he will be back in time for the tournament and shit. So If they can pull off a win, then they get an automatic bid, and then they can be in the 64. But in regards to the situation, a lot of press and fans been talking about, asking for Juwan's resignation, and a lot of people were on the other side of that, like we champion Bobby Knight, we champion all these wild coaches in the past who've done far more drastic shit than Juwan Howard. And I get it, Juwan is a big guy. Why is it an immediate cause for his job when we've seen far worse happen in NCAA basketball? Drew, you got it? You got the answer? What you think?
Well, it could be a little bit okay, let me just say racist undertones. You Juwan Howard, black man, violence and shit, how people view this shit. But you understand the suspension. He wasn't gonna get fired over the shit anyway. But people love to call for people jobs. Honestly, you know what I like to see? Better yet, people love to call for people jobs nowadays. Like honestly, like in the times, like it's been like that for like about like a couple years now. Like every indiscretion like this happen, melee happens, people love to call for people jobs. I don't know what just happened in like the few years. People have been calling for like jobs lately over the littlest shit.
Yeah, I think people are hypersensitive, whereas people make mistakes and they don't give people a chance to actually fix those mistakes or learn from their mistakes. Again, I'm not even against the fine, because if they find him $40K, I'm pretty sure he's making a lot more fucking money. When I saw the $40K fine, I'm like, damn, this nigga must be getting paid if they find him $40K. So the money ain't the rest of the regular season is nothing to me. I just think, again, the media as well as fans are hypersensitive today, whereas again in the past they allow a lot more drastic shit to happen. The littlest shit they call it for people jobs. But Kendrick Perkins, former NBA player, he was saying that he think the handshake line, they should quit that. He feel like he said because he said his whole thing is in the pros they don't do that shit because a lot of times especially when it comes to big games, players be again emotional, whereas they in their feelings, and they don't want to fucking shake their opponent's hand. And he's been in positions where being a college player where they do that handshake line and players be talking shit and it be fights that lead from
we all do though. Everybody, but we did that shit when we were kids too. Like,
so he said to limit these altercations, because although this happened on a grand scale because it was Juwan Howard, he said this happens a lot in college basketball where there'd be tussles in these handshake lines because of players and coaches doing like not following the unwritten rules,
having sidebars and shit.
But having little sidebars and shit, and because of again who's in the case, there's other incidents that happen similar where coaches run up the point and shit happen in these handshake lines. They should limit after a game. They should limit interactions between the two teams, and it will stop a lot of this petty fighting.
I think it's because obviously they don't do it in the pros. It's a little different in the pros. People still, they don't do the line, but they still. Some people walk off. Some people still.
They walk off. They change jerseys.
But again, it's at the player's discretion though. Like,
oh yeah.
In college, if you don't line up, then it's looked some type of way. Whereas in the pros, it's like, all right, fuck you, saw it.
But at the end of the day, they're kids, so it's like
exactly. Thank you, John.
It's a way of teaching. It's good sportsmanship.
Good sportsmanship,
Kid.
Look, it's also like it's on a development level, because the other part of it is too is that these are still very young kids, even though a lot of them may opt out after their freshman year. So that it's not like you have like a grown ass 24-year-old on that line, because there's hardly ever seniors that are playing on, especially like these ranked teams or these big name school teams. So it's like it's one of those things where it does like teach them, and like when they do get to the pros, like, oh shit, like this nigga that I played, yo, I slapped the shit out you at that fight, and now we're teammates.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're
Right.
cool, like we smart. So like at least they're ready because they already had that interaction. You know what I mean? Because they're probably gonna have another interaction as they go forward, and obviously, and when they go into the draft. So it's like then that's when like classes become like a thing. So it's like, yeah, it has to be part of it, and it has to show you to stop being a fucking sore loser. Like you got washed. Like it is what it is. And I think Juwan was a little bit of a sore loser there. And also, and rewatching that too, homie had players holding him back. Like it should be the other way around. The second like players are like scrapping with each other, like that's when you have to be. And again, like not even just a coach, but a man and a mentor to especially of obviously, and most of them are black athletes that are gonna want to go on. It's like you don't want them to have that like, you know, like every time something happens, like he's always trying to fight. It's like no, like that's when you got to be a man and be like, yo, like you need to chill the fuck out. Like yo, it is what it is. Like I slapped him. That's on me. I fucked up. But like let's get out. It took him. I saw it from the minute the fight ensued, like from the handshake and then the arm grab. It took him 2 minutes and 15 seconds to walk off the court.
Yeah.
And he was chirping. It wasn't like it was like he had players and there was a police officer standing next to him. Yeah. Like, come on, son. Like that's not a good look. It's not a good look.
Man, all I have to say is, Juwan Howard, you from the city, man. We don't let the people touch us, man. You get popped, touching nigga.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. So, I mean, I would have listen. We all would have done the same thing, but
no. See, that's my whole thing is, bro. I'm trying to walk past you, and you grab me. My reflexes instant pop, like instant. What you do? Like I'm walking past you. I'm doing tunnel vision. I don't hear nothing you saying. I shook hands with your players. I'm walking right past you. You know it. As a coach, you supposed to be like, all right, I'm sorry, or be like, okay, that's how it is. Let him walk past.
Yeah,
he grabbed him. Yeah, he grabbed him, and then instantly, Juwan did the finger. But I would have.
Now, it started with Juwan with the shirt grab. The second he had the shirt grab, homie felt the power, and he was like, oh shit, nigga backed up a little bit, and that's when Juwan realized, like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't grab him. So then he opened his hand, and then he started the finger point.
Right.
And then that's when players started getting involved. And that was the problem, is that like, and you're the players, I get it. Like,
also the coach,
like those are two coaches talking. Like,
Juwan Howard wasn't trying to hear it, but the coach was definitely trying to explain what happened with the timeout. He was trying to explain himself. Right. He have no.
Like, I wanted to suck people in. This could be da 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 da. Like,
whatever explanation he had, but that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to explain himself. And he just wanted Juwan Howard to hear him. Unfortunately,
he wasn't about to hear it.
He was not trying to hear that.
He wasn't trying to hear that shit. But Coach Howard will be out for the rest of the regular season. We will see him back in the Big Ten tournament. Now we're going to move on to other controversy in college sports. Woo!
Controversies.
Yes, there's controversy in college sports, man. There is a collegiate swimmer by the name of Leah Thomas. Have you guys heard about Leah Thomas?
Nope, but I am.
Leah Thomas is a trans swimmer. At Penn.
All right. Yep.
Formerly used to participate in the collegiate male swimming meets. Now, as she is transitioning, she is now participating in the women's swim meets.
I don't know if you have this information, but just so I have for my knowledge, is this the first year playing swimming for the women's team?
Yes.
So, and they're a junior or a senior?
I believe she's a junior, but she was prior doing.
So 2 years with the men's, and now this is her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. Let me just confirm.
Yeah.
But I know she was previously swimming with the guys prior to this season.
Okay.
So there's been some controversy because of so she's a senior. So she had 3 years with the men, and now as she is transitioning, her senior year is now with the women. Since switching over to the women, she has been cooking.
She busting their ass.
She's busting their ass. She's 6'4". This weekend she's won like all the meets. She had a meet Thursday, Friday, Saturday. She's won all of them.
She still got a man body and strength and shit.
So listen, dude. Let me
we're gonna get canceled.
We're gonna get canceled. No. But this is a real conversation because a lot of the athletes as well as students at the Penn have issued and sent their letters to the Ivy League sports committee in regards to they don't want Leah participate in the women swim meets due to an unfair advantage. We all know what that unfair advantage is, being that she was born male. And again, we've seen this in other sports, whereas you have men and women transitioning. So it could be an unfair advantage as well as a disadvantage, depending on in which direction you may be transitioning. So there's been a lot of uproar in regards to this because again, previously in the men's was an okay athlete. Now with the women's, the best athlete. So
okay.
So in the world that we live in today, how should sports handle trans men and women?
The thing about it. The thing about
it. I know you don't want to talk about it, but it's a real conversation.
Not want to talk about it. It's just like I have no problem talking about this. Like when it comes to conversations, like listen, I have no problem talking about it. It's just I know with conversations like these, sometimes it might go.
Namely me, because I made stupid jokes.
The conversation is out there. It's a real conversation. It's been going on in a lot of aspects.
It shouldn't be a case. She shouldn't be competing, and if she wants to, they're gonna have to create a whole lane for people that are trans for them to compete in that lane. They're gonna have to get their own category because it's like, all right, born woman, she identifies or she has changed to a man. She's not gonna be able to compete in a man's sport. Not saying skillfully, it's not gonna. They won't allow it. So if they're not going to allow it going one way, why would they allow it going the other way?
But that's what I said. It could be in some cases a disadvantage, in other cases an advantage. So, but either way, it's unfair to whether you transition in male or female. So to me, it's unfair regardless, and there's no way to. Right now, the system doesn't.
Gotta give them their own category, but
doesn't help the situation.
But unfortunately, it's not that many of them to give them their own category that's participating in sports.
That's true.
I'm just saying, but competing in sports is not that many of them competing in sports. So that's the only way I can see it. Is that way they get an opportunity. They still deserve an opportunity to compete.
Of course.
You just got to create a whole new avenue for them to compete. You can't. No one trying to say it's not fair.
But then we get into the issue of exclusion. We want everybody to be represented. We want everybody to be treated equally. But then it's like the catch-22 of the equality. It's like the equality doesn't actually equal to equality in these situations, because again, if you have someone transitioning to a man transitioning to their womanhood, unfortunately, their bodies is still.
I still have testosterone that makes me more physically more dominant than my competitors, basically. Like that's.
And then again, and vice versa, a woman transitioning to her manhood, competing in a male dominant sports. To me, it would be unfair.
Oh yeah, we all had the one chick in high school that wanted to play football
and got killed.
So, yeah, and everybody was like, "All right, you want to play with us? We're gonna hit you."
You know what I mean? In high school, and again, this not saying that's the same thing, because there is women who want to play the game, but again, in that case, it will be unfair to them because they come out there, we be like, all right, we're gonna knock your head off just like everybody else.
Look, I think the simplest solution is look, and again, because I'm not trying to bash anyone that feels like they've been trapped inside of a body. What I am curious to know though is what Leah's former stats were. Like, if they were finishing, 10th, 12th, for 3 years in college, like, what I mean? Like, I'm sure they were highly recruited coming out of high school. Obviously, that's why they got the Penn scholarship, because, especially when it comes to like niche sports like swimming, there's definitely like you have to be very good in order to get recruited, because it's like, it's not football, right? It's not basketball. It's not any of the major sports. But it is swimming. So you do have to somehow get recruited. So when you get there, and obviously, every athlete goes through this, where you get there, you're the biggest, baddest person in town until you go to college, and then you realize they gathered everybody from the biggest and baddest towns across the nation, and they're all competing. So now if they were finishing like 12th, 8th, 9th, always like never on the cusp, and now they're in the women's division, cooking, like you said, breaking records. So, I saw there was 3 records that were breaking, 3 records that were broken
in one weekend.
Yeah, which is fucking out of control. So again, to answer your question on what we should do for equality, it's like, look, I get it. Like, I totally get it. You want to transition, like, you're trapped in a body. You think that you're a woman, stuck in a man's body. Cool, but guess what? You're racing with the men.
So again, to go back on your question, prior to her transition, she didn't place above 5th in her previous seasons.
There you go. So on the cusp, always there.
She was average, basically.
And then as she transitioned into her womanhood, now she's breaking records. So again, this is one of those things that people come up. We can't argue anybody.
And again, but I think it's not discriminating. I just used the example of the girl in high school that wants to play on the boys football team, because there is no girls football team. Cool, you could play, but you're playing with the boys. Now, if you're a male transitioning into a female, cool, you can do that, but you're still competing with males. Transition all you want, doesn't matter. I think you should still compete with the males. Same way on the other side of it, when you're a female volleyball player. Listen, you're transitioning into a male. You're still a female that's transitioning, playing on the women's volleyball team, period. Well, just because you're taking a little bit of testosterone, you think it's going to give you an advantage?
What if a girl transition to a man and start beating everybody and say something like basketball?
Then y'all suck.
Cool.
But I mean, the chick is clear. All right, I didn't want to. Brittany Griner is a fucking massive woman. I'm not calling her transitioning, but like, she ain't dunking on no Brittany Griner. You know what I mean? Like, that's the point, is that like, as long as like the athletes, what do you think? A little bit of testosterone is gonna fucking pump her up?
What I'm saying is, if Sue Bird transitioned to a man, went into the NBA and was busting everybody in the ass,
that shit would be fire, but that would never happen. But I'm saying, like, that's why it should stay within that. You should stay within your division. Like, yes, you were born a female and you're transitioning to a male. We're gonna give you that. You can be a male, but you're gonna continue to play with the females. And again, like, if you do want to try out and it looks like it's a clear advantage, then you're fucking out. I don't know. That's my 2 cents about it. I don't.
Johnny looks like he thinks it's unfair.
It's for sure unfair. Absolutely. Again, forget about the height, but I mean, this person has been training their whole lives to be like, again, what I would imagine, because like the next step after college for swimmers, like, you ain't got shit except for the Olympics. Right? So you would imagine that they're training to be.
Eddie, can I ask you a question?
Really good with my pronouns, by the way, and I think I need you guys to give me credit for that.
Eddie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't when you swim it, aren't the only person you're going against is yourself, basically?
Right. Well, sometimes there's like teams, like rallies.
No, I mean like against yourself. You're in water. It's not like you going against somebody.
No, of course not. But height does play a big part into it, and upper body mass is a big part of it too. That's why
upper body
Katie Ledecky and Michael Phelps, they look like fish, right? Like the way that their like ribs are like elongated. And again, if you have chesticles, that kind of gets in the way. But if you're thin, you got a small pec, because these they don't lift. They kind of lean up. They don't like power lift. You don't want big
To me, that's a sport where women and men ain't really that much of a difference in skill wise.
Again, when it comes to length and body builds, I think yeah.
Yeah. Again, the skill might not be a difference, but again, body mass and the physical structure does play a part. She is 6'4". So compared to swimming against people that's 5'8", she covers more ground.
Okay. I mean, that's a little different. But what if this person was only 5'8"?
Then we're having a different conversation. Honestly, if that person's 5'8", we're having a different conversation because I think that person still is finishing under 5.
So there's no tall women swimmers?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I don't know how many. I'm pretty sure
the tallest is what, 6'1", maybe, if that.
I don't know. I can't say.
There's tall women out there,
but I'm pretty sure there's tall women. But again, we know naturally, men are physically in a state
the tallest. Oh shit, there's a lot of them. Fuck. All right, so the tallest one is 6'2".
6'2". Again,
6'2". Katie Ledecky's 6 foot. Like that's the most known.
She's been training with the men, competing against the men.
Word.
Her body is fit
to
compete against men, and unfortunately, men's sports and in certain areas are more competitive.
Hold on. So I answer this question.
What happened?
Everybody in here. When you think of the best swimmer, what do they look like? Personally,
long,
lanky.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not talking about when you think of the best swimmer. I'm talking about the best swimmer personally that you have seen swim. All the people who I know that swim really good is fat people.
Man, I don't know no nigga that can swim really. So
that's a fact.
No, that's all. It's tall people.
You talking about because they're buoyant? Like, are we talking floating?
I'm talking about going to the city pool.
But how many of them are competitively participating in any sport?
But that's what I'm saying. They be fat as hell and they be swimming good as hell.
Cap.
I don't want to swim good, but don't mean they can swim fast.
Listen, this is
you want me to go into the room, into the box, and pull out my? I was the skinniest, lankiest person in my grade my whole life for the most part. I got fat out of nowhere. It is what it is. This is the OSA, and I'm completely out of shape. And if I try to fucking swim hard again, I got 3 gold medals for the like you said, city pool. We talking about the Lake Carmel's like fucking swim-a-thon that they had every time. They organized this by age. I smoked and dusted everybody because I was slightly taller.
If we're talking about boxing, we're talking about wrestling.
We're talking about swimming.
But no, honestly, we're not talking about just swimming. We're talking about this being an issue in
overall.
It's been happening. That's the bar. But again, it's been happening. It's been happening in multiple sports now. So
yeah, we saw it with the female wrestler who broke records.
Right, exactly. We saw it with the female collegiate wrestler. We saw it with the mixed martial artists, and now we're seeing it with the swimming because of their male bodies. Although they are women inside, but their male bodies have allowed them to dominate these female sports. So therefore, if that's now the case, how do we handle these situations? Because that gives them an unfair advantage in regards to their sport. Just like you said, Sue Bird coming to the NBA, Sue Bird ass ain't nothing but like 5'7", and she gonna go out there and run into a Giannis, and she gonna get ran the fuck over.
Oh no!
Right?
Shit. Come on.
On the topic, and I kind of
no disrespect to Sue because Sue is a GOAT.
Yeah, no disrespect to her, but shit, if you didn't watch that, because All-Star game was just passed this weekend, and we're gonna get into that later, but that celebrity Myles Garrett was about to catch a bird. He held off on that spin move because there was a female in front of him. He did one of those power spins that when they spin off and they send the other defender flying. He did one of those, but
Myles Garrett was Shaq size in his prime. That's not the same.
But I'm just saying, there was a female on the court,
and a lot of those females were collegiate and former collegiate basketball players.
And also WNBA.
So WNBA, Brittany Elena, she played semi-pro. used to play in college. Like, so you got, just speaking of Johnny's example, you got that's why I say Myles Garrett, because that nigga's a fucking specimen. But given the example Decap gave, you got fucking Sue Bird, who's 160 pounds and fucking 5'7". And
how tall is she, Eddie? Check that too.
Who?
How tall is Sue Bird?
Sue Bird? I got you.
And then you got her fucking Giannis Antetokounmpo running her way.
She's 5'9".
5'9".
So she Nate Robinson size.
Yeah.
She ain't Nate Robinson strong.
Yeah, but Robinson is a smaller woman.
Yeah,
I put money on the Candace Parker could have came in the NBA and put up buckets.
I think Brittany Griner, again, I shot her out again. Yo, Brittany, you are not a man. You are a grown-ass woman. And again, Brittany will fucking yam one on fucking.
And you are right.
Maya Moore.
But you speaking about, that's a small percentage that can do that. I believe Candace could do it. I believe Brittany could come and be competitive. I believe Maya Moore could come and be competitive.
Yeah, until they get them hard fouls, bro.
But again, they're gonna have to deal with the shit that comes with the NBA.
But if Giannis go to the WNBA, then Giannis
will be winning MVP every year.
Yo, hey, hold on, time out. Can we talk about how a movie that came out when we were children was ahead of its time?
Which one?
Joanna Man. It's like they seen that shit coming.
But again, something
crazy.
Like, but
and you see what Joanna did?
Again,
cooking them, yo.
Again, if somebody
they didn't even win the championship.
Again, they didn't because he pushed out and he fell in love, yo.
Like, Giannis is great, but what if one of Giannis, God forbid, one of Giannis' brothers was to transition? They would be fucking Michael Jordan in the WNBA.
Nah, they'd be me.
So, no, they wouldn't have to do shit.
You was a better example.
No, I'm just saying.
No, bro.
Again, to me, it's unfair for all the parties involved. Men transitioning into womanhood, women transitioning into manhood. There has to be a way where they can, their talents can be showcased, where it's on a even playing field for them to showcase their talent. Right now, there isn't anyone. There's not a space for them to showcase their talents.
Why don't we just create their own league?
That's what
Johnny was saying.
I mean,
an avenue for them.
But they're not enough.
But how many is it?
But like, their own division.
But again, you have to. I don't know how many are.
I don't know if this necessarily makes me a bad person, but I think that.
Hold on, Drew. How many are there?
I don't know how many are. I don't know how many are there.
Part of me,
I don't think there's enough to create a league like you saying.
Part of me feels like, and again, like I don't know. It's just like I can see the best in people, and I'm not really that kind of person. But like I can also see like where people can find their advantages and their disadvantages, and kind of like be like, well, you know what? Like everybody's trying to be fucking famous these days, this day and age. Everyone wants to be known for something. So to me, it's almost like, well, let me just do this fucking power play real quick. I'll get a lot of fucking headlines. Like where I think like the worst in people in certain aspects, where I'm like, yo, like he's like, yeah, yo, I fucking suck right now. It's my senior year. Fuck it. I'm gonna be a woman for a little bit. I'm gonna fucking cook these bitches real quick. Set fucking world records. People are gonna be talking about me for about a year. And then after that, no one's gonna care. Maybe, they'll go to the Olympics, whatever it might be. And again, that's like, I really hope that's not the case.
And I hope that's not the case.
I hope that's not the case, but that's another thing.
But we've seen it more.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It happens all the time.
I'm saying we've seen it more for men transitioning into womanhood than women transitioning into manhood.
And one last thing I do want to say about Leah, and then I do want to transition into like a kind of another topic when it comes to advantages, disadvantages in a sport.
Okay.
But one advantage that she does have is that she can swim the whole month and train in the pool, while the female is probably 4 to 5 days depending on the flow. Anyway, so speaking of disadvantages, what are you guys laughing at? Adonis Lattimore, Virginia high school wrestler, was born without legs. So he has a partial leg in his left leg. He's 109 pounds, so he does compete in the 109
He got one finger.
Does he? You sure about that?
Yeah, I seen some shit that say he only got one finger.
Oh yeah. So he's got one finger on his right hand, but he's got a full set on his left. Now, a lot of people are saying that he has an advantage, even though he's got no legs. But a big part of wrestling, real wrestling, not wrestling entertainment, is takedowns. Yeah, takedowns, and clearly you can't take him down. Now he's in the 109 weight class. But you got to understand this young man, unfortunately, was born in his situation, and I'm not saying he's had it easy his whole life, but when you lose a limb, you lose your legs, like you tend to build up big upper body. So this guy puts his hands on you, one finger on one hand or not, he's significantly stronger than you up top.
Yeah.
So the point, like what people have been like suggesting for him, and again, this has nothing to do with transitioning, but it does bring up the advantages and when it comes to sports and any reason. Like, do you think that he should be competing, like the average weight of a leg is 17 pounds, right? So you figure times that by 2.
Okay.
Should he be in a bigger weight class because of that? Because he has the advantage of you can't take me down. Like there's no takedown because I have nothing for you to take down. Like a big move in wrestling is shooting. And how do you shoot to someone who's literally
Eddie, think about what you just said.
I mean, listen. Wrestling is very touchy.
You said add 34 more pounds, right? So you're gonna put him. He went from 109 to wrestling somebody that's 140. So they gonna pick his little ass up and throw him somewhere.
But they can't do that, honey. They can't do that. They can't. Like
that's nothing. Works. There's nothing for them to. They really not grabbing up top.
They gonna grab him by his arm.
I'm telling you right now, I think he could probably hold his own.
To me, I still think it's an advantage because he don't have, unfortunately, because he don't have the limbs.
It's not that big.
He should fight in his weight class. If he weigh 109 pounds, he should wrestle at 109 pounds.
But what Ed is saying, he only weigh 109 pounds because he don't have the extra weight from his legs.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying. Put him in there with like 40 pounds bigger, they gonna pick his ass up and throw him off that circle.
I don't know, man. We live in a wild world, but some other shit going on. Congratulations to the U.S. women's soccer team.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Just got their bag. They just won a settlement for $24 million. As we know, women's soccer is way better than the men's soccer team. Team USA is the only good team we got. The men suck ass.
Yeah, men are doing better. We're doing better. We're building. Listen, I believe that we will win. We'll come back. It's all good. But the women have gone to back-to-back championships in the Olympics. They won 3 back-to-back World Cups, while the men did not qualify last year.
And again, but the men get paid better, as well as the accommodations are 10 times better than the women. So, there's been pay discrepancy.
Which is that?
That the women's been fighting for the last fucking 20 years in regards to we should be either equivalent to them or better because we actually fucking win. Like we're actually playing, but then they go to y'all played against women, if y'all played against the guys, then y'all won't win. But so it's that whole situation.
The where that comes into play, we've had this discussion several times. We mentioned the WNBA. Shouts to Sue Bird's wife, Megan Rapinoe, the GOAT, the legend, who played on that national team. But it's what we say all the time. Like we see the NBA trying to like build the WNBA, and obviously on this podcast, Dev, you've been a big supporter of the WNBA, trying to promote that and all that stuff. But the other big part of it is it's the revenue, right? Like yes, in the United States, we rep the women's team because they're fucking nice and they win and they're good. But across the globe, the scale is really small. It's just like nobody really watches the WNBA. Yes, we do when we watch college basketball. There's no like bracketology for March Madness in the women's division. There's everyone wants to bet money on the men's division. And again, I'm sorry.
Who pays them?
The FIBA, so the Federation of Soccer or whatever. FF. Hold on, what the fuck is it called?
FIBA.
SF.
No, it's FIFA, right?
No, it's not FIFA. It's the Soccer Federation. Is it FIBA?
It's FIBA.
Yeah, it's FIBA. Oh, you talking about the WNBA? What are we talking about right now? WNBA?
No, we're talking about soccer.
We're talking about
who pays the soccer?
Who plays?
Yeah, they have their whole thing, but it's the Soccer Federation. But there's a whole acronym for it. I can't see it right now. But that's who pays it.
Because FIBA is
Is it the same people that pay the men?
Huh?
Is it the same?
Yeah, same company that pays the men. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same people that pay the men.
So then they should just, whatever Olympics TV ratings is, find a percentage for that sport and that gender.
And that's exactly what they do. But that's exactly what they do. So the men's clearly generate more. And while the women's, during the World Cup.
No, hold on. Before you go further.
World.
No, before you go any further. You just said the women's team is better, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So we don't watch the women's games as much or more than we watch.
No. I'm saying that the women's does well in the States, in the United States of America, but globally, when it comes to the Women's World Cup, the rest of the world does not care. China, a little. I believe Germany a little.
And they shouldn't get paid then. Listen, just do
it's the international organization. It's just not a USA.
Yeah. We're not just strictly focused on the US.
Yeah,
this is so again, and then when the World Cup happens, while Americans do get kind of excited, England loses their mind, the Netherlands loses their mind, Belgium loses their mind, Italy is fucking unbelievable. And then you have all these Italian Americans, French Americans, like all them rooting for not only the US team, but they're rooting for their, where their family originated from team. Dominicans, we don't have one. So low key, I kind of go for Spain every once in a while, but now that, again, but it's just, whatever. It's just, you rep what you rep. And again, you just want to see an exciting win, right? We did it. No one ever talks about soccer in the US because it's not a big sport, especially the MLS, the fucking NYCFC won a championship and no one cares. But it's when it comes to all the rest of the countries that actually follow soccer, it's they don't give a fuck about the World Cup. They'll watch it because oh yeah, it's fucking pride, but they care about their club team and they ride for their club team, and they're the ones that fill up the stadiums and go crazy. So it's you walk into a women's World Cup and they don't even sell tickets.
Listen, if it's the Olympics, it's very simple. Just put that shit to TV ratings, and then give out percentages per the sport. That shit is all math that they can do.
That's Olympic stuff. But we're talking about FIFA. We're talking about.
You was just saying that the who got the settlement? The women.
FIFA paid it. The women got it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about regular soccer clubs. I'm talking about in the Olympics. Do a percentage to each country, to each sport, to each gender, to the total of what they're supposed to get paid from the TV ratings, and then split that shit like that.
Yeah, but
the more popular sports get the more money.
The countries that are hosting don't give a fuck about that.
The people that do fencing, they probably won't get paid nothing. So, I know, for example, Olympic boxers, they don't make no fucking money at all.
Hey, Cap, none of them make money.
So that's what I'm saying. So
no Olympic athlete makes money, period. They just hope that you become a Michael Phelps and you get a Wheaties deal and you get a Nike deal and
it's just the opportunity.
Because when you come back to the States too, you come back with that gold, they tax you for that shit.
But that's why I'm saying I don't understand why this is a big deal with the women. Just get a percentage of the ratings, split the bread
from FIFA, from the World Cup,
from the Olympics.
The Olympics is part of it, but they don't get paid by FIFA.
The organization is that pay the athletes. That's who need to split the bread.
Yeah, well, that's not a lot of money because they don't.
Well, again, congratulations because they got their money. They got some money because they do be kicking ass. And again,
LeBron make more than that in a year though.
Definitely. Oh, of course, definitely.
I just wanted to show how much money that really is.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't much, but it's more than what our black ass got. So, congratulations to them. But also in news, have you guys heard about the Tyler Skaggs situation and his death? The pitcher who died.
They found people guilty.
Well, the guy Eric K, who was working for I think he was working with the Nationals. But he was given fentanyl to
I kind of touched on this with the whole Matt Harvey.
Right, exactly. So they
just making sure we were talking about the same thing.
Yep. So they just found him guilty because Matt Harvey and a bunch of other pitchers did come and speak their piece in regards to testified against it. One of the pitchers, Tyler Skaggs, who used to play with the Angels, he actually OD'd from the fentanyl that he was given by this equipment manager, a team manager. He played a position on the team, Eric K, and now he is facing up to 20 years in prison.
Good.
And he will be.
He said good.
Good.
They asked for it. They asked for the fentanyl. So
I don't think he asked for it. This guy. So apparently, no.
Hold on.
This guy
somebody come to your bar and they drink and then they drive and they have a fucking accident. You to blame because you gave it to them?
No. It's not that he asked for fentanyl. It's that this guy was like slowly, little by little, lying about what he was giving them and telling them that it was going to make them better. Now, again, that's on the athlete for being dumb and listening, to whatever.
All right, but hold on. Do you get the difference between what you just said? Before I asked a question. I said he was giving them fentanyl. You said yeah. I said they asked for it. You said yeah.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So what was happening? He was giving them performance enhancement,
right? So you want to get better,
But meanwhile, not telling them that it was laced with fentanyl, and therefore,
So they was asking for something illegal, and he was giving them something illegal plus something
performance enhancement. Whether
it's legal or illegal or not, it's
MLB, performance enhancement. I don't know what level of legal or illegal it was. I just know it was laced with fentanyl.
Basically, it's small talk. It's like someone comes for me for weed, but I give them weed, but then I throw some other shit in the weed, like throw some extra.
That's what I'm saying.
And Cap, to answer your question, if it's my responsibility to be like, oh, this person has had way too much and clearly can't handle it, so I'm not gonna cut him off anymore.
I don't know now.
Cap, to be honest with you, if somebody leaves my place after being drunk, gets into a car accident, murders an entire family, and they look at their receipts because that's what they're going to look at. Where did he come from? Where was he going? Okay, he was here. He was charged blah amount of money, and they're
going to go to jail.
I'm going to jail too, though.
But I'm saying, so you agree with that? Because when they said the fentanyl thing, you instantly said,
it's my responsibility to make sure that person is sober enough to fucking operate and not to overserve. Yeah, I'm going to jail. Period. It's involuntary manslaughter on me.
Unless they purposely know that they was putting fentanyl in that shit, that's one thing. That's fucking poison.
This nigga clearly knew, because obviously you want everybody to come to you. You don't want to go. They can go to anybody. It's the MLB. MLB. They can go to anyone.
We don't know what type of.
You come back to me.
We don't know what type of drugs they was getting. You know how easy it is to have fentanyl get cut into something else.
But again,
that's the responsibility of buyers and remorse. That's responsibility on the buyer.
Exactly. I was about to say that. So Cap, weed is legal. You buying, you selling. It's legal now. But somebody is selling it to you. You're selling it to other people. They lacing it with shit. You are still responsible. Like
I get what you're saying.
Cap, look at all these comedians that passed it a couple months ago in LA.
Cap, I know what Cap
Everyone said, yo, you could get a kit where you could test your fucking drugs.
What I'm saying, if I buy a batch of weed, right, and I go and I'll sell it to somebody, then somebody come back to me and say, yo, I overdosed when I had your weed because they said it was fentanyl laced in it.
Then it's your job to snitch.
But that's what I'm saying. I have no idea that fentanyl got mixed into that weed. So when you said the athletic person got 20 years, Eddie said, good. Not technically he knew, unless the thing is that he was putting this shit in there.
Right.
Cap,
unless he's able to prove. No, and I get what Cap's saying. Because Cap's saying there's a possibility that he can only be supplying.
Yeah, but why would you distribute something that you don't know about?
So what are you talking about, Eddie? Have you bought weed before?
Yes.
You know exactly where that shit came from, where it was grown.
But again, as an adult, now I fucking care.
But I get exactly what Cap's saying. Again, if you buy it from somebody and they lacing it with shit, you thinking it's all on the up and up, everything is all good. You're trusting that the product is official. So therefore, if somebody passed away and it comes out that that product had anything illegal in it, now you as the seller, either your ass take the consequences or you come back and say, no, I was getting this from that person. And therefore, in this case, with this guy, if that's the situation, then he needs to be snitching on his supply.
I never sell drugs before, and maybe if Colonel was here, he could help us out. But like, son, if I'm gonna be a high dealer, like I'm hooking up all of y'all. I'm not. I love you guys personally. I know you obviously, like, we have a relationship. I would never, ever. If I'm a dealer, not if I'm a fucking buyer. If I'm a dealer, I'm checking the shit before I give it to you.
Well, unfortunately,
and that's what dealers should. And again, so that's where it does fall on the dealer. Now, if the dealer wants to get, they're basically, you're facing jail time. You're going to jail for involuntary manslaughter.
All right.
You're gonna be like, that's where you're gonna snitch.
Eddie, what does fentanyl look like?
It's a white powder substance.
It's a white powder substance, right?
It's either powder or it's a liquid.
Yeah.
Okay, you can also get drops. Yeah.
So if I have the drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a cup of water on the table and a cup of fentanyl on the table, you could pick that up and drink it and not know that there's any difference in it. So if I go and I buy steroids and it comes in a vial.
The problem with that argument, Cap, is that there's tests for it. So like, but Cap, my point is that you as the dealer need to check it.
I'm not checking this.
And then especially you as a athlete who knows that you're getting drug tested and knows that maybe what you might be doing may be illegal or not, maybe you should check your shit. The point is that anyone that does any kind of drugs, whether it's legal, illegal, always check your shit, especially now.
The person who's
especially doing now. But it's on the responsibility of the dealer to not sell that shit. Period. Because you want these people coming back. You don't want them to die. That's the worst thing that can happen.
Johnny, we're gonna agree to disagree.
Yeah, seen the situation with Michael K. Williams.
Exactly.
That's what I brought up.
Situation. These drug dealers they got customers, but a lot of these drug dealers now don't care. They just want that money. They telling you whatever they can.
And you saying two different. You used a good example. I'm glad you said those people, because the difference is.
I did bring that up earlier.
Listen, no, they gave them drugs to Michael K. Williams, right? The person who sold it to Michael K. Williams could have not known about it. Now, keep that point right there. Michael Jackson, his doctor was prescribing him shit, specific shit, and giving it to him knowingly.
What it was going to do to him.
Yeah, and murdering him. That's what I mean by one person doesn't know, the other person clearly does.
Yeah, but no, Cap. I understand the point you're trying to make.
Cap, my point too, though, is that like in this era, is that if you're a dealer, you should not know what's in your shit.
And I don't even.
But you shouldn't now. I'm saying this day and age,
is considered. This guy is not even considered a dealer. He's considered working for the team and giving his team or his athletes something to help them with their game. Now, and part of him getting this whatever pill or
he got it from a dealer.
He got it from somewhere that he trusted, and or he I can't even say how far that goes, because again, all it's saying is that he gave these players this shit and it was laced with fentanyl. Where he got it from, he hasn't came out and said, I got it from this person, so I'm going to testify against this person because I thought this was something that was going to help my players. And I'm sorry for that, for insisting in their death, but I was under the I was fucking lied to or bamboozled as well as they were.
But I think in this situation,
he's not wrong.
And if he actually genuinely cared and actually felt sorry about that, he'd give up those guys. And he's yet to do that.
But my point, I didn't even have a point on this, but my point after everyone says, even if he genuinely cared, I think he actually knew what he was giving his players. I think he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, John. Yeah,
he was giving. Obviously, I understand Cat's point. There's people that they just cop and then they move, and it's like.
This is a guy who's supplying drugs to MLB professional players.
I think he actually knew what he was doing, and he gave them what he gave them.
If that's the case, then he should be in trouble. If it's not the case.
And that's why he's not giving anybody up, Cap.
That's what I'm saying. You're Cap. That's what I said.
Don't make this nigga disappear if he don't serve jail time.
But you're Cap. I understand your point, because it's easy for someone to sell something they don't know what they're selling.
But that's why I said I only agree with Cap stance if Buddy was like I said, I got this from somewhere. I didn't know. He's yet to come and accuse anybody else of selling to him as if, look, I got this guy. He told me this was good, and this is what it was in it, and I was bamboozled, and I gave it to my players. But to that point, though,
Dev, like once you take from another dealer, that dealer then becomes a supplier, and then you become the dealer because you're the one distributing it out.
I know that. And
they labeled him.
No, I'm just saying.
You know what's crazy? They labeled the guy the supplier. That's what they labeled him.
But I'm only saying that based on what the case is, because exactly they're not labeling him as a dealer as if he got it from somebody else. So if it was a situation where he was dealing and he said that, hey, I had no idea. I got this from so-and-so, this organization. They told me based on this information that this would do this. I tested it and it seemed to be okay. And therefore I thought it was safe to give to my players. Now you have a different case because now he's cooperating with the law to take down the true supplier. And in this situation, there's no third party involved.
We also don't know what they deal is, or they might have said, listen, if you give us everybody, we'll take 5 years off. 20 to 15. It's still a lot of fucking time.
He gets sentenced June 28th. He's facing a minimum of 20 years. So
he hasn't even been sentenced yet.
Okay. He hasn't been sentenced yet.
Yeah, but either way, they might be like, listen, if you give us everybody, we taking 5 years off, and he probably still like, shit, 15 years too much time. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of fucking time.
Maybe that's why he don't want to tell.
Oh no, we'll see more as the sentence come up. We'll bring it back up. June 28th is when he'll be sentenced. We're gonna move on. Before we get to the NBA, we're gonna talk.
Do we know what he looked like?
He a white man.
White dude.
Oh, okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, he white. Let's get into NFL. A
lot of news, actually, surprisingly.
A lot of news in the NFL. A lot of talk about movements, at this time of the season. A lot of QB conversation right now. Aaron Rodgers took to his social media to
send out a cryptic.
Yeah,
cryptic message.
Sound like the bad man's gonna go, man.
We all knew he was gonna go.
He did all that, and then he shows up on Pat McAfee's podcast.
We're talking about
he's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, but all of that happened, and then he goes on Pat McAfee's show, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. What are you talking about?
So he was basically, with his cryptic message, he was saying, thank you guys. Thank you to my players. You guys were the icing on the cake in my career. Thank the fans. Thanking everybody what sounds like a farewell tour. But then he went on later, to the Green Bay Packers. And then he went on Pat McAfee show and it's like, yeah, I'm just showing my love and how much I love my players and teams and the fans. That's it. Like, there's nothing else to it.
Where's Aaron Rodgers going, guys? Call it right now. Everybody call it. I got the Niners. That's it. I'm set to go Niners.
Jeopardy.
Denver.
Wheel of Fortune.
Jeopardy. Cap, what you got?
He's gonna be in the NFL.
No, but where's he going? Where's he going? Come on, call it. Call your shot right now. I just called it. I called my shot. Everybody else did.
Aaron Rodgers will be a part of the MCU. That's where he's going.
All right, so
which character?
3 wrongs.
No, I got Aaron Rodgers going to.
Remember, he had his cameo on Game of Thrones. I forgot he had his little cameo on Game of Thrones.
Where did he have a cameo?
Where he had a cameo on Game of Thrones?
Final season.
During the
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, he ran away. He got blown up. Yeah, he got blown up.
Yeah.
The Dracarys scene. He was running. Man, put the clip right here. Hold on, you're gonna find out.
No, but
he was in the final season of Game of Thrones.
Dev watched.
I really gotta rewatch that shit because I did not see Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones when everybody was watching it. I watched it later because John kept telling me to watch it, and I'm like, that shit boring. And then I finally got onto it.
I remember he was like,
I'm sending it to you right now, son.
On a post conference or some shit, and he was like, "Did y'all see me in Game of Thrones?" And then it was a big thing on the internet.
Yeah. I gotta rewatch it.
He have no big part, but
he like
he died immediately,
and then he starts running away.
So this is when a spoiler alert for a show that ended terribly. This is when Khaleesi was
seriously, it ended terribly. That last episode was trash.
Look at my man cooking, son.
But it was a bittersweet ending. It did end terribly, but overall, the Starks won, and I'm for that.
Come on, John, that shit was trash.
Come on, man.
No. I said
the last episode was trash.
Ending, but I said the Starks won, so I rock with the fact that the Starks won.
That's Nicolas Cage. That ain't Aaron Rodgers.
How did this?
That's him. I'll send you more clips.
How did the Starks win, Johnny?
Bran is the king. Sansa's the king of the North. Arya doing whatever she's doing. Jon Snow is the fucking king.
Yeah, John's back. Yeah, John's back at the wall.
He's basically the king.
Yeah, but Bran's not even
wild
man. I don't even think
they all follow him. They all in power right now.
They beat the Lannisters and then the dead, the Walking Dead people.
No, the Walking Dead people,
the White Walkers
and the White Walkers. No, yeah, the Starks won, man. Yo, fucking Winterfell is good. It's solid. You know, they lost.
To this day, why the fuck?
Two of them died.
Why is Bran king though?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I never knew it.
Fuck.
All right.
Yeah, that's that shit, man. This nigga Tyrion was like, oh, let's give it to the guy who has the most interesting story. This nigga was been in a weird.
Yeah, it's like
it's the worst. I know Devin's trying to bring it back. Real quick, the worst part about that, they felt he was like the fairest choice. He can manipulate anybody. He has power.
Oh yeah, that mind power and shit.
He can manipulate anybody and freaking really change shit.
You know the other part though. Do you not remember that Bran ends up getting stuck in a tree with Bran in the future? So the future king is going to be stuck in a tree until he gets murdered by the White Walkers, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
And that show ended for me when that shit went off TV. That shit ain't going on and on and on in my brain. that nigga died as a king in my head.
All right, now back to the NFL. There's been a lot of QB talks, and there's been talks of a lot of second chances. We know Colts are possibly moving on from Carson Wentz. There's been talks of
so much,
but there's been talks of possibly Minnesota being interested in Deshaun Watson pending his sexual case situation.
So currently, hold on, I actually saw something about that. Judge rules on quarterback Deshaun Watson will not be questioned under oath in 9 civil cases.
9 of the 23 cases. So he still got a few left though. Steelers don't have a QB. There's been Packers.
23 minus 9 is what?
What happened?
Drew, what's 23 minus 9?
I know what he was doing, so I stopped talking.
I didn't even hear it. What happened?
Drew, what's 23 minus 9?
23 minus 9. That is gonna be 8. That is gonna be 13. Right. I fucked up. My math is horrible.
How much?
23 minus 9 is.
This 23 minus 9 is 13, nigga.
13, I mean, sure? You want to die?
No, 14.
Yo, we just got our intro. God damn.
Nigga, shut up, yo. Shut up.
I didn't say that.
Whatever, nigga.
Okay.
I'll take that on the chin. All right, cool.
Right. Take it on the chin.
Y'all got me.
3 minus 9 is 14. We should make a
Dad, take it on the chin. He said 23 minus 9 is 13.
Oh no,
come on, say, aye.
It's definitely gonna be
I'm surprised you caught that.
The trailer, but we need to make a show of with people spelling and people doing math, adults doing math and spelling. That's gonna be fun.
In the first answer he said was 12.
He said 12 first?
No, I did not say 12. I said 12 first?
He said 12 first.
At the end of the day, it's on video, so I'll get run back.
I'll look at it tomorrow. And
I'm not gonna hold you. I did hear the number 12. I didn't catch the context of it, but I heard the number 12.
I ain't had none of it.
Now that I hear what was going on, it's like, woo.
So again, in the NFL, we got a lot of QBs. Possible QB openings. We got Steelers, we got Green Bay possibly, we got Minnesota talking, we got Houston, we got fucking everywhere. There's
San
Francisco, a lot of different moves. And they've been talking a lot about QBs getting a second chance. And the 2 top QBs that a lot of professionals.
This boggles my mind. I already know where you're going.
Should get a second chance is Mitchell Trubisky and Marcus Mariota. So who out of those two do you guys think is more fitting for a second chance.
That's definitely not
Mariota.
I got two other people that's got a better chance.
Okay.
I'll take Andrew Luck and Drew Brees coming back before I take.
No, they not in the league, nigga. I'm talking about current QB.
Come on.
I think Mitch had a bad hand in Chicago. I want to see Mitch get an actual second chance somewhere. He was set up to fail.
I don't remember the full details. I just remember the quarterback or the coach didn't have he didn't like Trubisky.
The coach,
the Bears. Look, the Bears went to the playoffs. Mitch was able, even though they had a good defense, he was a QB for a playoff team.
Yeah, but they had Khalil Mack on their team, did they?
No, but still, as a QB, you still got to do your somewhat of your job. Like, you don't got to do an excess. But to get to the playoffs, you have to be doing something decent. Because you got to help put points on the board.
Nagy wasn't the biggest fan of Mitch. So, and there was a lot of times where people felt that he was trying to set Mitch up to fail. Mitch finally got out of Chicago. Nagy and all them niggas got fired because, again, Mitch was the blame. Mitch leave, they still fucking up, so they got fired. Now he's in Buffalo, I believe, but he has a chance to start somewhere fresh. So, Drew, who do you think is more fitting with a second chance, Marcus Mariota or Mitchell Trubisky?
I was going with Marcus Mariota because when I saw Mitchell, probably because of where I saw him in the Bears with the Bears, I didn't think Mitchell Trubisky was that good, to be honest to me. Like, he wasn't. Yeah. So I'm basically saying Mariota by default because I really don't think Mitchell Trubisky is that good, to be honest.
Mariota had some good moments when Carr was down. He was a serviceable QB, and that's why they saying that he could get he deserved a second chance because when Carr had his injuries, that he did come in and was serviceable. But like I said, I think
he backed up two quarterbacks that we talking about possibly will be on a different team next year. Derek Carr and Ryan Tannehill was better.
God damn! All right, hold on. Forget the Mitch and Mariota discussion. Okay. So I just wanted to see who's on the potential block. And then this article also comes with savings. So if the Packers trade Rodgers, they're going to save 19.3 mil. That's fine. Cool. Whatever. Seahawks, they'll save 11 million. Kirk, if he gets traded, 35 million. All right, we're going to start getting crazy now. If the Falcons trade Matt Ryan, they save 8.1 mil. Okay, no big deal. If Derek Carr gets traded, and potential suitors for Derek Carr, Broncos, Browns, Steelers. He has the most. Browns, Broncos, Steelers, Saints, Panthers, and Washington. They'll save 19.9 mil. If the Dolphins decide to trade Tua, they'll lose 1.5 mil. If the 49ers cut or trade Jimmy G, they save $2.6 million. Now, Kirk is the crazy one, but Kirk can't get cut. If Kirk gets cut, then, they still have to eat that money. But if Jimmy gets cut or traded, who signed this contract for Jimmy, man? Because he's gone. He's really, really gone. And potential suitors for Jimmy G are the Saints, Panthers, and Giants. Other teams, other quarterbacks, Jameis Winston obviously is there. Nick Foles, if they cut him, they're going to save $3 million. Jared Goff, if he's cut, they're going to save $650K. Teddy Bridge will be a free agent. Cam will be a free agent. Sam Darnold, if he's cut, $273K. Yep, thanks for that. Thank you, Carolina. Tyrod Taylor is also a suitor. Deshaun Watson, if he's traded, they're going to save $24.2 million. And those are the biggest names.
Cool beans. So it's going to be a lot of QBs. It's going to be a shakeup when the QBs coming out in the NFL.
But before we get off this, the one last thing I'll say is in the league that is now, Mitch Trubisky and Mariota will fit in these offensive schemes with running quarterbacks, and because they have good, like they could run.
Well, what does Marcus have still?
Huh?
What does Marcus even still have?
He could run.
When was the last time he played competitive football?
Again, the few times this season where Carr's been down, Mariota has played pretty decent, and using his ability to get out the pocket has worked for him.
That's where they're dangerous players. Their feet, but they can start.
Yeah, I remember Matt Flynn. Yeah, I remember.
I don't.
I remember Matt Flynn.
I'm just
trying to think of all these quarterbacks that like, oh, they look good in this one moment. Gino against against the Rams when he stepped
Gino
up.
got broken. They broke Gino's spirit.
But I'm saying, look how good he looked.
His spirit got broken and they broke his jaw. That don't count. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, look. Remember, everybody's like, "Oh shit, yo, Gino got it. He's throwing touchdowns. Oh shit." It's like the perfect backup quarterback scheme where it's like, look okay, get that bag, and then fucking chill. And like, don't. Ryan Fitzpatrick is one of them. Fucking Matt Flynn was another one. Fucking Mike White had it until he started too many games. Like, you come up as a backup, no pressure. No one's fucking scheming for you. You cook a little, and then you fake an injury, and then that's the end of it. And then you get that big.
I say, and Mitchell Trubisky's on his behalf, Marcus Mariota has again been around far longer than Mitch. Mitch, again, we all know he came from a bad ran and coach organization, and we've seen the proof of that. And he's been sitting behind Josh Allen for a year now. Now this time, right? So now he has an opportunity to get a fresh start somewhere. And there's a lot of good places he can go currently that's in the need of a QB. And so being that we don't
Commanders.
So
being that we want him with the Commanders?
I'll take Heineke.
Being that we don't know what he really is, we see a glimpse of potential. But again, he was with them bums, with Bears and Nagy them. I think he has the best chance of actually either showing and proving that he can do something or really be like, okay, he's ass. But with Mitch, it's still, the verdict is out. Mariota is like, okay, we've seen splashes, but Mariota, he ain't consistent enough. Mitch, he's still young. He's still fresh. I think he deserved more of a chance than Mariota. But there's also been talks of Jarvis Landry not feeling Cleveland right now. Coming back from an injury, he's saying it's up to them. They need to figure out what they want to do with him. He wants to compete. Either he wanted to be there because he felt like he's been a part of the resurgence for the Browns. He's played a pinnacle part of that, but it's all up to them. They haven't paid him, and he's seeing his boy go on and do great things and get that ring. So he's like, the ball is in their court. Look, we got to make something happen, or I'm gonna be looking to go somewhere else.
When I heard the ball is in their court, I thought he's saying y'all gonna trade Baker Mayfield or get rid of Baker Mayfield or not, because that's the worst part of the team, truthfully.
Yeah.
I'm still a decent team, but they do need to upgrade at quarterback.
That's what I wasn't taking it as they're gonna sign me or they're not gonna sign me. I took it as, you gonna get rid of him, who's the problem, or am I gonna leave? Because
listen, I'll take him on the Jets. I got no problem with it. Robbie already wants to come back. You know what I mean? So,
and I think
it's only a matter of time.
I think they'll get rid of Jarvis before they get rid of Baker.
Oh yeah, for sure. They invested too much on him. Yeah, they invested too much on him. They shocked the world when they drafted Baker, man. Everybody thought that
I'm not saying keep Jarvis, but Baker trash. I like Baker when he did the shit in college. I like the cockiness in college, but that shit ain't trash.
No, but I'm just saying based on what you saying, Cap, in regards to Jarvis Landry, I definitely think
they'll keep him.
Landry be on the way out before Baker will be out. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that situation. Did y'all hear about the Cowboys situation?
No.
The voyeurism going on. So we know Washington been in trouble for their situations.
Jerry Jones?
Nah, Jerry and his boys.
Not Jerry. Not America's team.
Jerry and his boys got some shit going on. Former staff member for the Cowboys was had a false wall in the women's locker room.
And for the cheerleaders or what?
For the cheerleaders, the Cowboys cheerleaders, and was recording and watching these women undress. And one of the cheerleaders caught them, and Jerry paid them to hush.
Ooh.
So now these cheerleaders are coming out, they have text messages, they have emails from Jerry, and
they
now
got receipts.
They have receipts, and now there is possible trouble in Dallas.
Jerry's gonna win a legal case.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll settle.
They already took the money. They already took the money, and contract was signed.
Listen, at this point,
I'm pretty sure he made them sign.
Jerry ain't
morally, people are gonna be like, "It's wrong." Morally,
it is wrong, but he's gonna win the case.
Yeah,
100%.
If they took the money and they probably signed their name, because I'm pretty sure he's smart. He's not gonna just give them money. He probably made them sign to stay quiet.
Yep, they
signed.
I don't.
And I have the same NDA, the same printed NDA that they gave to Brian Flores to sign.
Right.
The same one to them cheerleaders.
Well, again, I don't know what the grounds of their new suit, but again, they did sign something. They did take the hush money, so they will be in court soon in regards to Dallas Cowboys and these.
Jerry, make it go away. Jerry got enough money.
Alleged cheerleaders. But Cap brought up Brian Flores. Congratulations to him.
For getting it. Shouts to Mike. Shouts to Kev for giving him a job. Obviously, in a situation where we were talking about this weeks ago when the text came out that it's probably going to be like a Cap situation, right, where it turns into this issue is bigger than the game, and we may or may not ever see him in the NFL. So
shout out to Ocho Cinco for being a fan. I love you too, Ocho Cinco. Y'all don't know. Y'all seen it? You watched Brian Flores interview?
The I Am Athlete?
Yeah.
I ain't see that one yet.
Oh, watch me. Y'all see it. Remind you, OSA came out before that I Am Athlete episode came out.
Yeah,
I appreciate
that I Am Athlete recently came out. But Brian Flores was on there.
You should clip my rant and then clip Ocho Cinco rant and put it on in a reel.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. And then we can shout out Chad.
Remember I said, remember in the pod, I said, yo, let me go on a little rant real quick. And I went on my Brian Flores rant. And I said how the only black coach in the NFL got the worst fucking job in the NFL. We didn't even know who their quarterback was. Then Johnny said, oh yeah, what was his name? Something Davis?
We talk about
Dolphins coach. Dolphins coach.
No. He's talking about Houston's coach.
No, I'm not talking about Houston coach. I'm talking about the new coach.
You said Davis.
No.
Davis is Davis Mills. Davis Mills. That's what you're talking about?
That's the QB.
No. He's saying the wrong name. That's not the guy's name. But he's talking about the OC from the 49ers, who has basically like the logic.
The half black dude. The half black dude.
And I said Dev.
McDaniel.
And I pulled up his picture. I said McDaniels. I said
McDaniel.
I said this a black person. Ocho Cinco said everything I said in the order I said. So thank you, Ocho.
I
love that you're watching. And I'm a fan of you, just like you a fan of me. I appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah, we'll put this clip at the end of the
I'm gonna put the side by side on IG and tag Ocho in it and shit.
Yeah, you got to
see what he say. But again, congratulations to Brian Flores. Miami tried to get him a hush, an NDA to be quiet in regards to as he exited Miami. They wanted to pay
him. They really
him
fucking
off.
paid him to lose games, yo. I can't believe that.
And they were trying to pay him to leave, and a part of paying him to leave is signing an NDA. But he didn't sign it. He refused to sign it. He didn't get the money because he wanted to speak his truth. And we are where we are today. He's working for the NFL. And he still has a suit against the NFL. So that's even better. Them fuckers got to see him every day, and they're gonna have to pay him once this suit is.
And you already know he's gonna he's gonna turn Pittsburgh's offense around. Obviously, like with Big Ben not being there, it could be obviously significantly different because obviously
I don't know how true that is after I watch.
Hey, we'll see. I think he could kind of turn Najee Harris around. He could turn if Juju decides to stay.
When I watch him on I Am Athlete, I will say that Brian Flores can't be no coordinator. You can tell he wants to be big dog, and he felt it. So now he's like, it's not going to really fit.
Well, and again, especially he wants to be. Yeah, he didn't lose. Yeah. He had a head coach, and he was the coach, and he had a winning record as a coach. So it's like, now, yes, he's happy to still be in the league. I don't think he's happy with the position.
He's taking a step back.
Right, exactly.
And he was when he was talking about it, and he was saying he was like, they said that the Dolphins said that they couldn't work with him and stuff like that. And he was like, my presence is known when I walk in the room. You feel me? Like he was saying, like he takes over the room because that's what a head coach has to do. A winning head coach has to go into there and everybody listens to him when he speaks. Now the problem is now you go into a team with an established coach who has the same exact mindset. You still like, thinking like a head coach.
To give you a little bit of pushback on that, Cap, isn't that like better for the team and better for the players? Like again, I'm saying maybe individually listen, they might like.
It's not healthy for no organization. Nah? Just like if you
got two head coaches.
No, because
if they're on the same page though.
No, you got two alphas in a room. One of the alphas has to be the alpha, and we're not talking about. It's one thing if I look up to you, like you my big bro, and I want to be like you one day, but they was both the top dog.
Well, yeah. what I'm hoping from the situation is,
I hope it's like
Flores can look at Tomlin as like you are one of the GOATs where I can learn from you.
And I'm saying after watching him on I Am Athlete and hearing him speak,
you don't think it'll be a situation like that?
I don't think he's going to be one of them guys that because he felt it. He felt what it's like to be the number one guy. Yeah. And now I feel like it ain't gonna fit right with Mike Tomlin. If it was a coach like I don't know, somebody who has been coaching for a little bit, but they ain't really did nothing, they ain't win much.
Mike Vrabel, let's say, for an example.
No, Vrabel he's a head coach though. He's not going under nobody.
But
I'm talking about somebody who's not really established, and they'll be gotcha. We could shuffle the power around, but at the end of the day, I'm the head coach. Whereas Mike Tomlin's gonna be like
put in. I understand Cat's point, and usually don't work, but I feel like Tomlin's resume is.
I think these two gonna work together.
But
I want to disagree with you for them.
That's what I'm hoping.
I think that's what we're hoping for. Yeah,
that's what we all hope for. Is like even. In best case scenario, that's what we want. But at the end of the day, they gotta get in the room together. We gotta see how they interact and what happens.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that Flores becomes a better coach, being around Tomlin, that Tomlin resume is you one of the GOATs when it comes to this shit. So hopefully, although I am an alpha, that I can still there's still space for me to learn from you and humble myself in your presence.
You know who he worked under?
Bill Belichick.
He worked on the Bill.
Okay, then, and that's my point. When he was with Bill Belichick, he was probably still an alpha as a man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But in that position, Bill was so much above you. You don't have it to be like, well, we still gonna do it my way.
Right.
Now with Mike Tomlin, he's bumped up to Mike Tomlin's level. He's not a winning coach like Tomlin. Yeah. He don't got a Super Bowl, but he feels like he's on that same level. So when he walks in the room, I don't think it's gonna be like that. It's one.
I just hope it ain't the niggas. I hope that it ain't the niggas when we get two strong black men together and it be some bullshit.
Facts. Yeah, I want them to. So and again, I do want to kind of give a little bit more pushback. And again, this is these aren't opinions. These are just things that they happen. And obviously I have to bring it to the table. But it's and I got not that Tomlin is by any stretch of the means ready to fucking walk out of there. He's definitely not going anywhere. When we had B Brooks on, he said the best organization he worked for was the Steelers and the culture that was there. And it's in the league where there's clearly some biases towards people of the color of their skin. He didn't feel that way with the Steelers. So not saying that the Steelers, but if Tomlin wants to take a step back, maybe move away from the NFL, I don't want to say he's gonna. Maybe he gets a bigger opportunity. Like if Bill leaves, he goes to the Patriots, whatever. Maybe Tomlin had to hire him, right? Tomlin had to okay this hire. Tomlin was probably oh, cool. Brian's not getting a head coaching job. Bring him over here. They might have a relationship outside of this we don't know about. But if Tomlin decides he's going to move on from the Steelers, not from the NFL, from the Steelers, we're talking about 2-3 years from now, maybe he's trading up fucking Flores to take his job when he's gone. Look what happened the last time the Steelers, that's what Bill did to.
But again, what Cap is saying, what Cap is saying,
I get it.
He's already reached that, so he not waiting 2-3 years for Tomlin to say, "Yo, I'm gonna get the keys to the car to you." He's ready to go now. So based on what Cap's saying, is he don't know if that that power dynamic is going to work. We're going to see. I just hope for the best for these two strong black men, because it ain't many in the fucking league. So hopefully they can coincide and build.
And give the Steelers hard knocks, yo.
And winning. Yeah, right. That'd be perfect.
Yo, give them a hard knocks. I'm with that.
To have the Steelers. But any other NFL take before we move on?
Hold on, before we leave off Brian Flores too, the one thing I did like about the I Am Athlete interview, they asked him, they were straight up. That's the best I've seen when they ask questions. B. Marshall was like, "Look, coach, I'm gonna be honest with you. I played for the Dolphins. The Dolphins suck." He was like, "When you first got there,
B. said that, yeah, that's my guy."
He was like, "When you first got there, they sucked." He was like, "Did they ask you to lose?" He didn't say yes, but he gave him a look like, "Of course they did." The reporter, his name, I always forget his name. It was like Omar or something like that. He basically was like, "You stupid for not losing, because you were supposed to get Joe Burrow. Your job was to go there, lose, and get Joe Burrow." And Brian Flores, which is what I'm trying to explain to y'all, which Eddie didn't watch the interview, and he keeps saying he's just gonna fall in line. Brian Flores.
I'm not saying he's gonna fall in line. I'm just trying to be subjective.
Brian Flores said,
"Pushback." That's all I do.
Brian Flores said, "Nobody I know goes to lose."
No, definitely not. He played to win the game.
He said, "We signed players on Tuesday and played them on Sunday. I expected to win every single game." He's not one of them type of guys. And then the other thing I was gonna say, they asked him straight up questions for one, but two, Brian Flores had an actual plan to help the NFL with these situations, because you know how they always say, "Well, give us a solution then. If you don't like it, then give us a solution." He said, "Stop the whole
Rooney rule." Yeah, Rooney rule.
Mm-hmm.
Rooney rule, because it's like you basically saying we have to.
It's a pity. It's a pity.
We talked about this all the time. Yes,
we have to interview, but you don't have to hire, for one.
Right. Exactly.
For two, he said that there should be a organization that does not work for the NFL.
Right.
That investigates and audits the NFL to make sure that there isn't no foul play in hiring and no racism in hiring.
Right.
And
there's fair practice. That's fair practice and the way they run it and shit.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. And then they broke down the percentages. I want to say they said that the league is 74% African Americans.
Well, players, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yep. That makes sense.
So they were saying it's just statistically match up to the coaches in some regard.
Right. Representation. There should be more of a representation because of
100%.
Yeah. And it was he also was saying you can look at Deion Sanders and see what he did with them kids. Right. And see how when you have somebody who looks like you and comes from somewhere like you won't have as many issues with the team and the players. Like, for example, I never heard this point before, but if you just think about it, them kids that got in trouble that played on that Oakland team, the person that was running that organization in the beginning of the year was a lot different than them black kids. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe if they would have.
What Oakland team? What you talking about?
You had the Henry Ruggs situation.
Okay, right.
Back situation.
Yeah, okay.
You had all the other bullshit that was happening. Maybe you get a different type of coach in there, and them kids see somebody like them. They might care about them kids a little more. Might see something like, damn, Henry, you might want not to be going out. I've been seeing you.
You might want to call a driver. You might want to organize a ride. And also, Henry would probably be comfortable to call the coach and be like, "Yo, I'm fucked up. I need a ride."
From what I see on TV, I would feel more comfortable calling a Mike Tomlin than say what's homie name that coach the Giants?
Joe Judge.
Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about
old coach. Oh hell no, ain't nobody calling Joe Judge for nothing.
But that's my point. If I'm a player and I'm in a
if I'm white, I'm not fucking calling Joe Judge. Fucking.
I'd rather call somebody.
Badass gonna tell me to come do laps in the morning.
Shit, I'd rather call Lovie Smith.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately, Logan Smith got the worst job in the NFL, but
Davis Mills is gonna do it. Don't worry about it. I feel confident.
All right, we're gonna move on from the.
I got one last thing. There's talks about the XFL and the NFL to merge. That way, this might actually could be a development.
There's a partnership. The Rock announced it. There's a partnership.
Yeah. All right. So cool. So now it could be a development league for some of these guys that are, don't get drafted in the NFL or, want to do that. Fuck it. Like I'll do 1 year. I'm out. Guys with injuries. Last chance, if you will.
Right. Huck it, chuck it, football.
Should just be G League of football.
It should be.
Basically.
I think ultimately it will be.
Yeah. I hope that's the angle they going. Huck it, chuck it, football. Moving on in the NBA, man. We're gonna get into All-Star Weekend in a second, but let's talk some other shit first. There's been some cryptic messaging in the NBA as of late. So I want you guys to decipher some of the messaging that's been going around from some of our players in the NBA. If you guys will entertain me for a second. All right. All-Star Weekend, Bron was asked about possibly returning to Cleveland. He says the door's not closed. Not saying I'm coming back. I just don't know what the future holds. Drew, decipher this message for me.
Hey, the All-Star was in Cleveland this year. He wanted to be nice, but he is no damn where going to Cleveland ever unless his son Bronny is going to Cleveland. Remember you say like I'm going.
Okay, so decipher the message, and I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, cool. He's not going. He's not stepping a foot in Cleveland unless something happens that if Bronny goes to Cleveland.
Okay,
but
so
he's not stepping. He's not stepping no picky toenail in Cleveland.
Unless Bronny, Dame, Kawhi, Giannis.
I think Dev's still trying to get what he's trying to get out.
Yeah. So again, good shit, Drew. But on top of that, he stated that his last year will be with my son. Yeah. Wherever Bronny at, I will be. So what is LeBron saying to the NBA as a whole? Cap, how do you decipher this message?
Pick my son number 1 overall, you get me too.
Exactly. I'm going exactly. Bron is smart, yo. He's going to get his.
He's telling you the package deal.
Exactly.
The package deal.
Yeah.
Take him number 1.
Yeah.
And that's who I'm signing. It's just going to cost you $20 million.
Yep. Again, Bron is very smart. He's saying, look, I don't know where my son is potentially supposed to be drafted at.
How long is Bronny out now? Is he a senior in high school yet?
He knows
junior.
He's a junior.
He knows Bronny is.
So we're talking about 2 more years.
Listen,
2 more years,
we don't know.
He's gonna be 39.
Listen, we don't know how much better he's gonna be in 2 more years, right?
Yeah.
But if we were drafting right now with the kids that he's around, he's probably gonna be late first round, early second. He's not gonna be cream of the crop.
Right.
Bron is telling y'all, listen, pick number 1 and you get me too.
That's fucking wild.
What he's saying.
Even he's basically securing the fact that Bronny will be drafted.
Go get drafted. Exactly.
Yeah. No matter where he gets drafted, he's getting drafted.
Do we have an idea of where Bronny wants to go to college?
Yeah, he's gonna be he's making sure that he's gonna be a first round pick because he ain't going. If Bronny go second, third round, he not going where it's he gonna be like, yo, you need to get my son early to secure me. So
if it goes to Bronny coming in the second round, LeBron is gonna make the Lakers trade for the second round pick to pick Bronny before he goes and says, "Oh, I'm going to Detroit now because
now it's not. I'm not gonna do a favor for y'all. Exactly. Now I'm gonna get my son to go where I want him to go, and then I'm
gonna do it, and y'all gonna do it.
Right, exactly. So good shit. Also, John, we all know that CJ McCollum is a member of the Pelicans now. He's been there a couple of weeks now, and unfortunately, he hasn't been able to work with or talk to Zion Williamson. He stated that he's reached out, but he hasn't been able to. The team also tried to connect them to. John, how do you decipher?
No, they announced
Zion.
They announced today Zion finally talked to him today.
Yeah. Okay, so finally, how do you decipher Zion taking so long to reach out to
Well,
CJ, who was
JJ
arguably
Redick said when he played with Zion, he said Zion was like a detached teammate, basically being like Zion being
in his own world.
Own thing, like his own world, just doing. Is that point of view? And then the second point of view I look at is that he don't want to be there. It's like, we got
Johnny, you only said one part of what JJ said. He said he was a detached player, but he also said that whenever he was in a situation with a team and it was a guy in a buyout situation, he said they always reached out to the person anyway. They'll always to ask them to stay.
No, but that's why I said that's what my second point was to that. I understand what you're saying, like say the whole
that he do want to leave.
But I think that's part of him just not wanting to be there. So he's doing the shit that you're supposed to do, like common courtesy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do common courtesy. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
That's why I said that point.
I said before that draft, Darius Garland will have a better career than Zion Williams, and I'm gonna say that shit every chance that I get. And
that might be true. That might be true.
You were dick eating fucking Zion.
Look, Zion is still my nigga. I just want him to play because when he's out there, he's still one of the more dominant players in the NBA.
He ain't even playing, and they saying that he might have to get another surgery.
Yeah, he might get complications to the one surgery. He might.
So he did not want to go to the Pelicans, yo. He was like,
but
that's all speculation, man.
So, but again, even if he didn't want to go to the Pelicans, a lot of these niggas are, they got the power. So once he, God forbid, if he gets to the destination that he wants to be in, Zion is still a 20 and 15 player, like 20 plus 15 rebound player, 20-10 player. Zion cooks when he's on the court. So I'm hoping that once we get Zion back, we get Zion that we saw on the court. It's not like when he was out there that he was like underperforming. He cooks.
Out there how many games?
I don't know, 60 something. It was like 60 something altogether in 3 seasons, like 60 some games.
No, it's crazy. I just Googled Zion real quick. This is an article from a day ago. NBC Sports said NBA teams are eyeing Zion Williamson, Damian Lillard, and Donovan Mitchell as the next stars to push for trades. Meaning these are the 3 players to look out for because they don't want parts of their team. And we all know Damon's loyal. I don't know how that situation is going to go with Dame. Donovan Mitchell possibly because the relationship with him and Rudy hasn't been the same since the COVID scandal, since that COVID situation. Like Rudy catching COVID and giving it to people on the team, and obviously we all know Zion don't want to play. So I think out of the 3, Zion probably be the hardest one to move. Because I don't think he really has as much leverage as the other two. The other 2 stars, they're getting paid more money, and even though they got years on their contract, them not playing, it's not good for the team, and he's paying them this great amount of money, so they have a little more leverage versus Zion.
Out of those 3 players, which one would you build a team around to win a championship?
Right now?
Dang.
Yeah.
It ain't Zion.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's
Dame over Zion?
I think of these 3 players, Dame is the better player of these 3 players. Yes, that's not the comment.
But I'm just saying.
But yeah, he's asking you who would you build a team around?
Again, right now I will pick Dame because I feel like Dame is more to build a team around. Dame knows how to win. Dame is a winner. Whereas
he's been there before.
Zion, he's been in winning positions. So I
would put Donovan above him too. But that's my point. My point is Zion don't got the leverage like I think he thinks he does.
Yeah.
No, and that's what I said. I don't think Zion has leverage, but also what I'll say is Portland may not have done the best job, but Portland has built the team around Dame for years, They may not have done the best job, but the team has been built around Dame.
Yeah. Besides CJ McCollum, who was the big name that they got that was cooking?
At one point they had Melo, they had Hassan Whitehead. They tried to get him bigs. They had
Nurkic is actually a good player.
Nurkic is decent, but that's but we talking
about Trevor
Reza. But he's a good player.
Reza was there. Reza was there with him.
My point is, did they get him somebody that's a true second guy?
Well, CJ was.
CJ.
But CJ and Dame, we all knew that wasn't going to win again.
Well, see, they needed a second that plays different ball,
exactly,
different position than the Dame. CJ and Dame play the same type of game, so they need somebody that plays opposite of Dame. They haven't had him get somebody. They thought Whiteside was going to be the big that, and he didn't work out, so he's been moved around. But other NBA news: Goran Dragic is now in that. Tristan Thompson is now with the Bulls. CP3 is out 6 to 8 weeks, and AD continues to be injured. What are the Lakers' chances of making a NBA Finals push? Over under 50%?
Under.
Drew. Yeah. NBA Finals, Lakers, over under 50%.
Oh, you say finals? Finals or play it? Oh, under.
Making it or winning it?
Making it to the NBA Finals, over or under 50%?
Under.
All bias aside, John.
In Russ, we trust. I'm going over 50%. In Russ, we trust.
Johnny, remember our bet. Don't see us in the first round.
What's the what was the full bet again?
The Grizzlies?
Don't see us in the first round.
We didn't make the bet yet. We said we had to see how the playoff brackets played out. We didn't make
there was a wash for it, but there's still a bet.
There's no bet in place. We said we were gonna wait till the brackets was officialized, because we can't make a bet in the situation don't happen. Then what are we betting on?
You could make the bet and then you could wash it if it doesn't land.
Yo, Eddie, the Lakers don't want to see the Grizzlies in the first round. That's all.
I agree with you.
And also,
next thing.
Congratulations to my nigga DeMar cooking.
Them young Grizzlies are doing their thing. They don't want to see the Braun and Russ.
Stop playing.
The Brow fucking plays.
Stop saying the Brow though. He ain't even there.
Nigga ain't gonna play, yo.
It's gonna be Russ chasing around Ja.
The bench. He's the bench. He's not the Brow. He's the bench. Yeah. He's the broke. He's the broken.
All that y'all want, but y'all gonna give Phoenix credit. Look, Chris Paul out 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But Chris Paul will be back though. The Phoenix is actually a good team, bro.
Bridges playing better than half the Lakers.
And AD has a history of injury. We see this constantly with him. CP3 don't have a history of injury. We don't have CP3.
He gets hurt every playoffs.
Actually, CP does.
That's literally why the Clippers didn't win everything. He gets hurt.
They didn't win. They didn't win because they ass got smoked by Milwaukee. That's why they didn't win. They made it to the NBA Finals. I know he got hurt, like he hurt his ankle or something.
But he said the Clippers. He said
the Clippers. He said the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
Clippers didn't win because Blake and him always was getting hurt. That was a team that was supposed to win.
Blake, but
Chris Paul was getting hurt too. It wasn't just both of them.
Blake.
All I'm saying is
don't do that. Blake was that guy.
AD is made out of glass. But shout out to my nigga DeMar, man, breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record. Consecutive 35 plus games with 50% field goal. Is DeMar a true MVP finalist?
He is. Yes, he is. He definitely is. He's having like one of the.
It's only 3 people that could be labeled finalists. So who? So would be
you got
Joel, DeMar, and CP. Honestly, for me, I like CP. Even though the injuries go take him out. But
John, we all know Joel is there, but who else would be there for you in the MVP run right now?
What I'll say is,
I think it's I got Joel and I got DeMar because of what they've been able to do in Chicago. They've what he's brought to this team and what they become. We'll see what it actually is once we get to the playoffs. But I think DeMar deserves to be at least a contender. Joel is the favorite right now, but I can't think of any unless you put like Giannis and Joker. Other than that, I don't really see anybody that's running away.
Joker, yeah.
What I'll say is, even though he's in the shooting slump, I think when it comes down all to it, Curry's gonna be in the final bracket for the 3. Curry's gonna be in the conversation.
Cap, you got John.
Who's your 3? So who's your 3?
I'm gonna say Curry. I'm gonna say Curry.
Joel.
Embiid, And I like DeMar. I think Bulls won't be doing this without DeMar. So that would be my 3 finalists. But there's definitely maybe 2-3 more names that should be in the mix.
Of course. All I'm saying is, should DeMar name be in the mix of the MVP?
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move on though. All-Star weekend.
Hold on.
Cap.
Eddie said, "Do I got Ja in it?" No.
Yeah.
I got Ja for most improved player of the year. I got Davey. I was about to say Davey Yeager, the Grizzlies coach for coach of the year, and I got our executive for executive of the year. Nobody expected us to be this good, except for me.
Except for you, obviously.
But you could also say the same for Chicago in regards to
and most improved.
No. I'm not talking about most improved. I definitely give Ja that, but I'm talking about Chicago got a first year coach. They added DeMar, and then they recently got rid of Paxson them. So for them, they can also be in it for coaching.
Executive.
I hear you, but at the beginning of the year, if we looked at it on paper, we seen.
Are you saying you saw it looked better? Vucevic,
DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine,
okay, I get what you're saying, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying. He's saying on paper the roster looked way better than
the Grizzlies do.
The Grizzlies look like, and the Grizzlies are definitely exceeding expectations. I got you, because Bulls do have 3 star level. Yeah, they got 3 star level players in DeMar, Zach LaVine, and Vucevic. So
Jared Jackson, y'all is just healthy, bro. Like Jared Jackson is like. And also Ja, of course, but Jerry Jackson being healthy is definitely a win for y'all, and Dylan Brooks playing out of.
And we won 8 games in a row without Ja.
Yeah.
Because the team is nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
And it seemed like once Ja got injured, that's when they just like took off, and then from there they just kept it going. Yeah, they just kept going. But let's get into All-Star weekend, man. Fun weekend. This was the 75th anniversary. So everything was, centered around the 75 years of the NBA, as well as the top 75 players. NBA All-Star weekend kicked off Friday with the celebrity game. We had some of our favorite celebrities, Myles Garrett, Quavo. But what did you guys even watch the celebrity game? Any takes on the celebrity game?
I watched the whole game.
MGK sucks.
Alex Toussaint, who's like the Peloton guy, he got MVP.
10 minutes with the do-rag was balling. Jamie Allen, who I don't know who he is.
And that fucking jumper nigga, Gian Marco. Yeah, that nigga was jumping all around that motherfucker. Like,
I don't know if it was true or not, but they said he played 38. He played 38 minutes of the game. He didn't play the entire game.
Yo, he was fucking Myles Garrett was getting mad because he was bringing it up and down full court by himself. Myles was on the side. He just like trying to take off and dunk and shit, trying to do everything. He on defense playing hard as hell. Myles Garrett down the court. He won't pass it. He just like running full court like nonstop.
That scene with Quavo and Bill Walton arguing, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Bill Walton didn't give a fuck who Quavo was.
No, because Bill Walton was like putting niggas, if they weren't playing good, he was subbing niggas out. Like, yo,
subbing them.
Yo, get him. I don't care who he is. He like Quavo. I don't know who the fuck that is. He ain't playing good. Get his ass out the game. He ain't passing. Get him out the game. Like
the only person who disappointed me, which I think she was nervous, was the WNBA player. What's her name?
Diana.
No, it's not Diana. She's a tall girl. She played like a big. She's a big in the WNBA.
What team she play for?
I don't know what team, but she just didn't play good in the Celebrity All-Star game. I was thinking she was gonna cook.
MGK was out there looking dumb.
MGK trash. I said
that. Was the
trash.
worst. He was the worst jokes. His jokes was horrible, man.
Yeah.
None of his jokes hit.
That nigga was trash. He was out there with a lip ring and shit. Like
he was not the right ambassador for Cleveland.
You talking about what team? Are you talking about
Toussaint?
De'Erica Hamby from the Aces? Yeah, from the Aces.
So we talking about the celebrity game. We talking about Myles Garrett looking like a monster running up and down that court.
Myles Garrett was mad. They weren't passing them ball and shit. Like, this nigga, I was talking the high jumper Giarco, or whatever it is. He was like, he played 38 minutes, kept running up and down the court, like stealing the ball from his own team and shit. Went past
what
the
I'm
ball.
saying is there was probably some restrictions. I know he's playing a celebrity game, but he plays in another professional league. And I'm pretty sure that professional team ain't want him out there going crazy. So
it was a play when he went to go dunk and Hembry, she grabbed him and he fell on the ground. I was like, woo! If he would have got hurt, she would have been out the NBA.
She did. I seen that play. She dad grabbed him on the arm. He dad fell, got back up, but awkward fall like that.
Yeah, it could have went a lot worse. But again, Alex Toussaint, Peloton instructor, was the MVP. Also, we had the Rising Stars game, where's the Rising Stars tournament. 4 teams. You had Gary Payne's team. You had Rick Barry's team. You had I think Dominique Wilkins and Gary Payne's team. But Rick Barry team won. Kay Cunningham was the MVP for the whole tournament.
Should have been Desmond Bain, but all right.
Nah, Desmond Bain team lost, I think. Yeah, I think they lost. So congratulations to that. Then we got into the Rising Stars. Well, I just said the Rising Stars, the skill challenge. They added some new, they changed up the format a little bit. It wasn't single players, it was team edition. They had the rookies, who was horrible. You had Team Giannis, well, not Team Giannis, Team Antetokounmpo versus Team Cavs and shit. Evan Mobley pretty much carried.
I bet it on at the Tacumbo brothers, man.
Well,
I didn't know there was gonna be so much shooting involved.
In the shooting, Garland was cooking when they was doing the spot.
Shit, Evan Mobley was.
Yeah,
Evan Mobley was dropping that shot down.
But honestly, Evan Mobley from the Rising Stars to the fucking skills challenge, he had a good weekend and shit.
If I knew there was so much shooting involved, I would have put my money on the Cavs team. It was either gonna be the Cavs. I would have went with the Cavs because the Cavs was plus 200.
Yeah.
And the rookies was minus 135. I guess they expected the rookies to win because they had the better shooters.
Right.
But I would have took the Cavs.
Well, the Cavs definitely won. Garland was cooking. And Evan Mobley was cooking. So they won a skills challenge. And then we got into the 3-point contest. The Big Cat.
Dominicano, papa.
Now
they robbed my mans.
Now, previously we talked about Big Cat. We did the bag of the trash. He said that he was the greatest and one of the greatest big shooting bigs. I don't know if y'all remember on the previous episode.
Yeah, I remember. He proved it.
3-point contest. So. He set the record, tying Kevin Love, who's also was in Minnesota, as the only 2 bigs to win the 3-point contest. Why you shaking your hand? I'm gonna talk about finger.
My boy, shout out to my boy Newman, Kai. Y'all know Newman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna disrespect that man while he's sitting in that arena? Dirk Nowitzki won a 3-point contest.
Yeah.
And they said he was the only big man besides Kevin Love. That's a damn lie.
Well, he's the only big in Minnesota. Because Kevin Love won when he was in Minnesota. So
well, that's not what they were saying.
Yeah, that's exactly.
They were not mentioning Dirk Nowitzki's name.
Yeah. But Big Cat proved that he's currently the best shooting big in the league. Is a 3-point contest.
Bro, Big Cat was plus 1,100. Imagine you put some money on that. Plus 1,100. Cha-ching.
But then he proved.
Dwayne Wade put money on it.
Yeah, Wade had Cat.
Them
niggas sounded.
Sure Wade put big money. He probably straight betted it and put bread on it.
And him and Reggie sounded drunk on the side and shit. Them niggas was over there. They was over there wilding on the side.
He probably put 15,000 down. Flip that.
Shit, Wade. Shit, bro. You never know. He probably cracked the whole system. He probably put a whole bag on it.
He not cracking the whole system when Trae Young was in that shit.
No, I'm just saying, like you put 100,000 on a plus $1,100 bet.
Yeah, I don't think he gonna with niggas like Trae Young being there. I don't think he gonna go that crazy. Yeah.
No, well, my point is he can afford it. Like fuck it, I'm gonna throw 100,000 on this. I think he gonna win 100,000.
They should have made somebody who did the shit before go first, because Desmond Bain didn't even know what he was doing. If you watch him, he almost doesn't shoot the
nigga too strong.
The Mountain Dew ball. He ran past the shit.
Yeah, he did.
There.
Yeah.
He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah. That nigga too big to be in basketball. He need to be a running back or some shit.
Nah, he's a shooter. I told Johnny that too when he first got drafted to us. I said he about to go crazy.
That nigga brolic as hell. And then probably the worst event of the weekend.
Disappointment.
Dunk contest.
How many dunks do you miss?
Again, a lot of people are labeling this as the worst dunk contest ever. We posted on the IG ways we think that they can change it. How do you guys think we should move forward in regards to the dunk contest?
Give the winner some more money. You win, go get this bread. Offer.
How much they win, Johnny, right now?
Do they win something?
They get
they get bonuses. They get bonus for participating and then a bonus for actually winning the game. The amount I don't know, but you get paid to participate.
Q Rich said they asked him, did they want to send his check? He said, no. I'm gonna walk out of here tonight with my check.
Okay.
So I don't know how much.
And that was years ago.
And I'm pretty sure that bag is
last year's winner won $40,000.
So give him
it used to be 100,000, so it went down.
Okay, last year's winner. So
he just said it.
Oh, you did? Sorry,
John just said it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Bring it back to 100,000. That's why Vince Carter ain't missed a dunk.
Nah, fuck that. You want some fire? 1.5 million for the winner. You win this, 1.5 mil.
Nigga,
John, the NBA ain't gonna pay that.
Why not? They got the bread.
Yeah, they got the bread, but they ain't gonna do it. I mean, they have the bread.
A veteran minimum is probably 800,000. They're gonna give more than a minimum, a whole salary
for one person. Yeah, for one game.
That's a good.
I want to see some good dunks. Do that. Shit.
And for two, this was the second worst dunk contest that I can remember. The first one is that one where they did it was all three players trying to dunk at the same time.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about the team shit.
Yeah, the team shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I seen a few good dunks that came out of it.
No, it wasn't.
There was a few good dunks in it.
Only from the Warriors try to do the Vince Carter, try to put his arm in the rim, didn't work.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a team. It was three players. I think it was John Wall.
It was on the team. It was them versus the other team. It was a team concept.
Oh no, that's what you mean by teams. Yeah, that shit was dirt. But
no, you heard the concept was horrible, but out of that concept, I saw a few like good dunks. They still did some good dunks, but it was just a bad concept.
But it was too sped up. But my solution was to keep it 4 participants, but keep them in teams. Have 3 players from each team be in the dunk contest, and they only get a minute timer. So, for example, Jalen Green took about 15 minutes. Right. It would be less time if these people had to do 1 minute timers. It'd be 12 minutes. But
I think I'm gonna tell y'all the one that I saw early on TV that I think is a dope idea. But I thought they should do tandem again, but you take the pros and mix them with a pro dunker. So you have the NBA pros and have them work with one of the pro dunkers, and then similar to to Cap's idea, set a time limit where it's like you get points. You got 5 minutes. You and your partner come up with different dunks. Y'all come up with tandem dunks. Y'all come up with solo dunks within that time, and y'all scored as a team. But have the pro dunkers that's really doing this shit in it, and then at least we'll get, even if the NBA dunk is not good, at least we'll get the pro dunkers to do some dope shit.
Are you talking about a pro dunker and an NBA dunker gets teamed up together?
Right. a pro dunker with an NBA, a pro dunker with an NBA dunker.
Yeah.
Whereas it's even. Whereas again, not the pro dunker is gonna cook the NBA dunkers. I'm talking about a pro dunker is in tandem with a NBA dunker, and they work together and create. They curate they dunking package, and then so that puts those pro dunkers on the main stage, as well as they get to work with the NBA dunkers get to work with real dunkers, and hopefully that helped them.
Probably
NBA players not about to lose to no pro dunkers on television. They just ain't gonna sign up for that event.
Right, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If they do it with they work in conjunction with them, then they'll be like fuck it. Like I know, especially when it comes to the big name pro dunkers. But I also saw Stephen A was talking about that they should do but it's actually, again, this is one of the ideas that I actually agree with. Taking the NBA players out of the dunk contest.
And put it
so you have a road to the NBA All-Star weekend, whereas you have the pro dunkers do a tournament style that leads up to NBA All-Star weekend. Now you have a player that's sponsoring a city, sponsoring the player, sponsoring a city or whatever. They go to different cities, and then you get the top 4 by the time you reach All-Star weekend, and then they give us a true dunk contest.
My only argument to that would be is how do we know who these guys are?
No.
They have open runs. They have open runs.
What I'm saying, will the NBA, is this something that you could do during a halftime show? I'm saying, so the casual fan could be I know.
Listen.
Devin Johnson will be dunking.
Stephen A. Smith just basically all he had to do was say, I bought N1.
Or the dunk league. I took the dunk league's idea.
Exactly. He stole the whole concept of what N1 used to be. They would go to all the different cities, they would play in the tournaments, and then they would have the one championship game. And it was on television.
And everybody knew who those people were.
It used to be on ESPN.
My argument is who will those people be today?
But that's why you would know, because it would be a television show.
But the only thing I don't like about it in terms of a dunk contest, of doing it in a dunk contest form, is you're gonna see every dunk. You know what I'm trying to say?
There's too many dunks.
Yeah, it's too much.
Well, in the group chat, in the game chat that me and Johnny are in, I said the dunk contest isn't whack. It's just that we have seen every single dunk at this point. The only thing you can do better now is do it without making a mistake. Everybody who doesn't make a mistake is who wins now.
Y'all must don't watch the dunk league, because I see
what size are they dunking on?
11-foot rims.
Because when I was watching it, I was saying to myself, is the rim a little bit shorter?
No, it's 11 foot. These guys are doing dunks that these niggas ain't never attempted, because they got much more to lose. They ain't people forget that a lot of these niggas ain't gonna go as crazy for these dunks because they are NBA professionals. So
you know what I have seen.
This is a coin, but I'm not gonna take a chance and lose my fucking career trying to do this impressive dunk. So
impossible dunk.
So if you take
who this nigga with the blue hair? To be nice
it's the white boy, right?
Yeah, white boy. Yeah,
we doing the shit like that, you'll catch it and then dunk like that.
So that's what I'm saying. You can have open runs in maybe 8 major cities or whatever. Then you have one person that represent wherever the All-Star weekend is going to be. The person that wins for that city automatically makes it to All-Star weekend or whatever. Then you have open runs in the different cities. You get the top 8 or 4 or whatever the case may be, and have them put on a show. NBA, the dunk contest is not a show. It's a waste of fucking time. But Kareem walked out as fucking buddy from the Rockets was with Jalen. Yo, he got up. This shit they got to do something to bring the excitement back.
But Dev, the dunk league had what, 1 season?
No, it's on their. I think it's on their 4th season now.
That's good. I don't even know this shit
because now it's on
TNT. That's all I know. It comes on TNT.
No, it's the dunk league is on fucking Diddy's fucking
Revolt.
Revolt, and he got the Crew League too. Because I watch both of them.
I see people talk about the Crew League more.
What I'll say is,
just to clear something up real quick. So I'm just watching like small little clips of this. So there was a challenge to dunk on 11 feet, and most of what I'm seeing right now is on 9 feet.
Where they go up. They will
go up, yes. But I'm saying most of like the cool shit that I'm seeing right now is 9 feet dunks.
That's a foot shorter than standard.
Right. So on that, I know what challenge you're talking about, because then they go up, they went up to like 14 feet, they go up to 15 feet. And they have different challenges depending on, like, every week they have a different challenge. This one won't be like a challenge because it was the same dunkers and it was elimination. So they would do different challenges per week to eliminate dunkers. And a dunk contest is score the best. You score the best, you win.
Look, I understand that, but there's people in the NBA that still could really, they just don't choose to participate. You know what I'm trying to say?
And again, that's why I said you missed my point, because why they don't choose to participate?
Because they don't want to get hurt and stuff like that.
They don't want to get fucking hurt.
I don't think they're looking for a whole league.
I don't think it's not about the getting hurt aspect. I think it's more of like some of them don't want to just lose, or some of them just don't want to be labeled as a.
Okay, so John,
it can be both. So two things can be true.
Okay, so even with that, if you ain't getting the top dunkers in there, then get the fuck out the way. Don't give us a half-ass product when we can get true dunkers who's going to take it there and give the people a true show. You saying, yeah, I know it's dunkers. We know it's dunkers. We see fucking Jama.
Nobody wants to participate.
I understand what you're saying.
We see Ja Morant doing shit that we know he'll kill in the dunk contest.
Yeah, but they're putting these players with the hope that they're gonna put on the show. They don't think these players is they getting these substitute players, but they thinking these players is really about to do something. Then when the performance happens, like, damn, we picked these guys because it was underwhelming.
Honestly, I think it's just a marketing strategy. They say, look, you're gonna get $40,000, but you're gonna have everybody watching you for this event. So, like Juan Toscano, nobody knew. I always talk about him on OSA. I always say that I like the Dominican kid. I always call him Dominican kid. But
if you're not a casual basketball fan, you don't know who he is.
You don't know who he is. But he wore the Mexican jersey. I seen him. They did the whole international thing. That's a big boost for Juan Toscano.
Right.
I would guess his jersey is probably double in sales. He probably didn't even have his jersey for sale.
Low key though, this dunk league is kind of lit. So I'm watching Challenge 4 right now, which is a twist on a classic, and they're all redoing, the dunks that are famous: the Vince Carter arm in the rim, the behind the back shit. Fucking, they're just attempting to do it, but they're doing it a little different.
Again,
this guy is fucking nice.
What I'm saying
God.
Because based on what John said, because it was underwhelming. Dunk contest going into next year. What you think people gonna think about the NBA players in the dunk contest? They ain't gonna do shit. At least people will be more optimistic if you get the pro dunkers.
About some dudes,
The NBA players gonna do it next year because every NBA player that's thinking about it doing next year, they just thought to themselves.
Now they shit on them. Exactly. Now it's like, yo, this the worst shit. Why I'm gonna be a part of this? You get niggas that everybody know. They do, even if they don't do a roll to fucking the dunk contest, if the NBA go on TNT and have clips of these niggas dunking, that will intrigue people to, okay, let me check it out. Get the 4 or 6 to 8 people. People go watch that shit.
I'm telling you right now,
because you're
either subjective.
This is at the end of the day, Zach LaVine did what Zach LaVine did. He won too, so he could chill now. But there's players that could dunk. They just it's niggas feel that they're bigger than the dunk contest. It's belittled. It's beneath.
But you keep proving my point.
The point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you keep proving my point.
You're proving a point. Yeah, you're proving a point. No, but I'm telling you, I am 7 minutes into watching clips of these, and I'm already in.
But just trying to look. Obviously,
Drew,
the players that we got this year wasn't the best players.
Drew, what you got in your hands, Drew?
It's my phone. I'm watching the dunk league.
But before
Drew had the burner on.
Before going into this dunk contest, you will understand why Obi's there. You will understand why Jalen Green's there.
Right.
I don't understand why Juan Toscano was there. In my personal opinion,
Juan Toscano was dunking on
fourth person.
Cole Anthony. Juan Toscano was dunking on people this year.
For them two, no disrespect to them, I don't understand why they was there. But Obi and Jalen Green, I understood why they was there.
Yeah.
It happens. They underperformed. You know what I'm trying to say?
Who would they
be? There's gonna be NBA players that's gonna show out. It's just you got
Johnny. Who would they two
replacements? We got to be patient. We got to be patient, John, and wishfully think that we gonna get Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon show again.
You know why Juan Toscano and Cole Anthony?
It's not impossible, but they've already turned fans off to this shit. They even turned off the NBA players to this shit.
Johnny, you know why Juan Toscano and Cole Anthony was there? Because that shit was turned down.
Right, exactly.
All the way down to them two. They say, yeah, I'll take it. You don't think they asked Ja? You don't think they asked Anthony Edwards? You don't think they asked John Collins to come back?
Of course
Miles
they did.
Bridges. They'd asked all these guys.
I think John Collins is hurt right now, so he.
You know what I'm saying. The top dunkers, when we think of dunkers, they asked all them guys. They said no. This our break. This is my break where I actually have a break during the season. I'm gonna go perform, and I'm not going to be there already because I'm not an all-star. And then
especially teams
40,000. They spent 40,000 on that vacation that they went on that weekend.
Exactly.
Again, I know John want to wishfully think, but I'm just saying the way it's looking right now, the NBA needs to do something drastic. Besides, we're gonna wishfully think that we're gonna get a great show.
That's what you talk about. Like how there's a real problem with all All-Star weekends.
But that's what the All-Star game is actually good.
So it's
good. Fun.
Yeah, the All-Star weekend was good.
I said to people this week that was the best All-Star game that I can remember watching.
Yeah, let's talk about the All-Star game. We have spent all day, Johnny Eater, and he just wishfully thinking that the dunk contest gonna magically turn around. But
it's not magically. It's not magically. I'm telling
you. You need the top.
You need to be. You need to.
Put the bag on it. You're gonna see people that can jump. They're gonna show out and come through and get the bag.
But they're not gonna put up the bag, John. They're not.
They're gonna change it to 150,000 next year. It's gonna be 150,000. It's gonna be triple the amount. We're gonna have 4 decent dunkers. And it's still going to be mediocre.
It's going to be underwhelming again.
Yeah. Wow.
Especially when you miss the first 3 times when you first dunk.
It got to be worth my salary.
Yeah, that's why it was bad.
Go fresh up. Go watch the Dunk League.
I'm watching it right now. This shit is.
Watch the first season of the Dunk League.
This is awesome.
We're gonna move on to All-Star game. I think it was a great game. Again, we've been highlighting the 75 players. They did their whole 75 draft. I'm happy to see my nigga T-Mac was a handicap in the NBA draft, but the All-Star game, Team KD versus Team LeBron. What was y'all take on the All-Star game? Team LeBron win for the 5th consecutive year. Yeah, it was a fucking good game, man.
To me, it was the best because of all the storylines. You had the kid from Akron coming home.
Yeah.
The Steph Curry 3-point record, the Steph Curry points record.
Steph Curry went stupid.
The 75-year league.
Yeah.
This is the most NBA stars we've seen in the All-Star arena ever.
Right. All at once.
And the story. They had the
Celtics
Bryant trophy.
Right. They got the Celtics reunited. The big.
When is KG gonna let it go, bro? Like, tell me that.
She shouldn't.
You said KG, right?
Yeah, KG.
And Ray Allen was standing next to KG.
I thought he said KD. I was like, what?
KG.
I was like, KG didn't give a fuck, yo. He don't care,
I bet Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan didn't shake hands.
No, they didn't.
Nah.
But
Mike tried to grab Mary J's ass and shit.
But there's a difference. Ray Allen and them won a championship together.
I told Johnny and Troy.
There's a difference.
We know which hug that is. That's the already fucked hug.
Like, hey, girl, I ain't seen you in a minute.
He smacked her ass. This is a fact.
Stop.
Listen,
they got the picture of it with his hand on her ass.
And listen, everybody know. old heads is like that. But the auntie, she would have been like, you gotta lift your hand up. She ain't say nothing. She was comfortable. Mike smashed before.
Come on, yo. That's Mary J. Blige.
Also, my son Melo played the entire fourth quarter. Him and B was out there. I'm just saying, like,
that was the storyline I was gonna say. The 24 points the last quarter, it made the game competitive.
Yeah,
it really did.
So it was a great game.
Everybody was letting everybody dunk, and everybody was letting everybody go.
That's how the first half. Giannis don't be playing though. Giannis be really like.
Giannis was yamming on everybody for no reason.
Giannis, Dejounte Murray, and somebody else was playing hard to me.
Yeah, like they were playing for real and shit. Yeah, Giannis definitely was playing defense.
There's always
and
playing hard that take it seriously from from tip off to the end.
Yeah, Giannis definitely was.
It's just in the end, everybody's on the same page. Now we're gonna go hard.
This wasn't the most competitive one I've ever seen, but this was definitely the best All-Star game.
It was definitely a good one.
It was a great show. Great show.
Yeah. It made me happy to see all the when he was bringing out the guys. I'm like, damn. Like, I was like, John Stockton, I remember him being OD brolic. Like, he looked like a little frail teacher now. And shit to me.
Alongside these fucking giants.
And I'm like, yo, it was just, it was nice. It was nostalgic.
All I know is my man T-Max should have been on that 75 list.
Definitely. And
Howard should have been on that list.
So, Dwight Howard.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's a few subs I would have made on that 75 list, but
it'll definitely good. Wallace make it?
No.
Nah. She ain't 75 though.
Yeah.
She didn't.
There's a whole bunch of players in the league
from
all time.
We're ever gonna have this conversation in 25 years. Some people might make that 100 list.
John Morant will be on that list.
I like that. I like it.
I like it.
All right. But John just brought up something that actually leads us into our next segment. We leaving the open run, unless y'all got something else that we didn't cover.
Nah, I'm all good.
So we got.
I'm just gonna be petty. I'm carrying over the argument. But y'all remember when James White? Y'all remember who James White is?
The dunker? Yeah. Indiana.
But what happened when he took his talents to the NBA dunk contest and he was a known dunker? He didn't make. All right.
He didn't do what?
He was in the dunk contest. In the NBA dunk contest, he choked.
He jumped from the free throw line in NBA dunk contest.
Bro, he had a bad. He missed every dunk he did. He hit one dunk out of.
Didn't James White win one year?
No, he didn't. James
White lost to, I want to say, Dwight Howard.
No, he didn't. He didn't even make the finals. He didn't make the cut. But
I remember he tried to dunk. He tried to dunk from the free throw line.
I'm missing a point though, John.
No,
He's saying James White was a pro dunker.
Yeah,
James White made it to the NBA though. He was a NBA player.
But he's saying he's a pro.
But he was more known for dunking. He made a roster.
Because of
my point is, when he finally made a roster, they gave him. It was like, oh, they heard about his stint. They gave him the opportunity, and he choked it. Well, I'm just being petty.
Yes, because it's totally different.
Johnny is definitely being petty.
Although he's known dunking, he wasn't known for competitively dunking. He dunked in like the pro leagues and all these fucking leagues. He was
doing dunk contests. It wasn't like he was competing in dunk contests.
Man, I seen James White. He played in a bunch of different leagues, and he was on his way working to be in the NBA. These guys are strictly professional dunkers.
He lost to Terrence Ross, and Terrence Ross went crazy in that dunk contest.
And he lost to in the finals, right?
No, he didn't make the finals. He didn't. He didn't make the finals. I thought he was gonna win that year. I thought it was gonna be easy.
He jumped from the free throw line too. But go ahead, move on, and then I'll get the information from that dunk contest.
Yeah, what John said is irrelevant. We're gonna move over. We're gonna move to the next segment, and that's what if. These are hypothetical sports questions. The shit ain't none of this shit real. It's just our opinion. And John brought
out Marvel Comics.
So right, exactly. So I'm gonna put the Marvel Comics thing right here. Shout out to them. Y'all want to sign OSA and put us on Disney Plus? That's dope too.
Nah, we curse too much.
I don't give a fuck. We'll PG this shit. We'll PG this shit if the bag right. But okay, so John brought up T-Mac,
I'll sell my soul, Disney.
So what if, right? what if T-Mac won a ring? Would he be a top 75 player? John.
I think that would have solidified his spot. Even though I think he should be there, I think that would have just solidified it.
Drew.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely one of the top players in the league. But he just didn't never won a ring. Just like you have a bunch of these stars that just never won a ring, but they're great players in their own right, though. But.
Right. All right, Cap. What if T-Mac won a ring? Would he be a top 75 player?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Ed.
I would argue, what if injury?
Right.
I think he would have got that ring hence the injury. But yeah, absolutely, yeah, without a doubt.
Again, without the ring, there's a lot of notable players on that list that I would throw into the river for T-Mac because they not Barkley. Fucking it's some other players. I don't want to.
He's talking about the older generation. He's talking about the black.
I'm talking about the older generation and some of these
I didn't see the full list. I only saw because it was weird. Like I saw the Instagram.
I don't know how y'all feel, but
there's some players still.
I don't know if Dame is top 75 all time.
I don't.
The name.
Yeah, I thought that was too early.
Oh yes, Dame over T-Mac. That doesn't work. Personally, that doesn't work.
Personally, I don't even. Personally, I don't. This might sound crazy.
That doesn't work.
I don't even think. I don't even think Kawhi should be there yet.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah, he should. He should.
I think it's too early for these guys. Honestly, to me, I think it's far too early for them to be in that shit. That's just
Kawhi is top 75.
My opinion, there was older guys.
God damn.
And again, the older niggas that I don't know nothing about and the era they played in, I'll cut some of their ass too. But
let's just be honest. They were in top 50. You go kick them out. They're going to be their top 75 if they were in top 50.
I'm just only speaking on
eventually there'll be players that will come and replace certain players.
Of course, exactly. All I'm saying
that
is
can happen. But
T-Mac, all the people we just named, none of them is better than T-Mac.
Oh yeah, Kawhi and Dame definitely not better than T-Mac.
None of AD better than T-Mac?
Definitely not.
No, AD, how he get up? And I forgot he was even there.
AD was high on there too.
What?
Well, it's not in the order. It's not in the order.
On the list. No, I think they ranked
ESPN made their ranking, but the NBA doesn't have a ranking.
Different.
NBA doesn't have a ranking. ESPN ranked the 75, but the NBA is no particular order. But again, AD shouldn't be there. I'm sorry.
Over T-Mac, nah.
All right.
Giannis was there too. That's a little, again, not early, but
Giannis can be there. Giannis can be there.
Giannis has 2 MVPs, a finals, and a finals.
Yeah, and what Giannis, the Giannis as a specimen is different. So I ain't gonna argue.
Giannis. James Harden.
He has
too.
the accolade.
James Harden is the different one than T-Mac. James Harden should be there over T-Mac.
James Harden has an MVP. I don't think James Harden is better than
over T-Mac.
James Harden has an MVP.
Yeah, not
over T-Mac.
Better than T-Mac, but James Harden does have a MVP. And winning the MVP is definitely going to give you a nod when it comes to a list like this.
But you're looking for a top 75 of the NBA.
Everybody who won MVP was on the list.
I have a problem with AD there.
Yeah, I think everybody who won MVP was on the list.
T-Mac did make it. He's 55.
No, he didn't. He didn't make top 75, bro.
He didn't make ranking. Yeah.
Because even AI said it in the verses they had. He said T-Mac should be on that fucking list.
Right. Yep. Yeah, they snubbed T-Mac, but we're gonna move on from Mac. Okay, what if KD never left OKC? How many rings would he have, John?
I say at least one.
One.
At least one.
Okay. Drew.
One, maybe two. One, maybe two.
Cap.
One.
Ed.
Is this the whole team breaking up too? This is
what if KD
if he just never left?
Never left OKC.
So Russ would still been on that team at that point, right?
Probably.
Of course.
I'm trying Josh Adams too. Trying to think of what that team would look like.
It's not Josh Adams.
What's his name?
You had Russ.
Steve Adams.
Who was there after KD left? And it was just Russ by himself. Basically.
Steven Adams was already there.
Steven Adams. That's what I meant.
But if you don't break up Russ, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, and Kevin Durant, if you gave them one more year, I think
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think they would get one if they didn't break up the whole shit.
I don't think
if he would have left when he left, I think he would have still got 0.
I don't think they would have got anything. I think
I think they would have got 0. If they would have kept that core, then they would have been
nope with the core. I think they got as far as they could with that team, but I felt like the personalities were getting too big, and KD is non-confrontational, and I don't think he would have been able to rally those guys to make that extra step. So KD staying in OKC with that team, with James Harden, with Russ, I don't think he would have won a ring, to be honest.
I think he would got at least have one.
He would get one.
Just remember that year, they was up 3-1. They did choke the series, but it was up 3-1, and they was definitely capable of doing that again.
Right.
It was just Russ. James Harden was gone at that point. It was just Russ and KD at that point.
And again, they got that far, and I feel like they met their ceiling, especially losing in the fashion that they lost in. So that's just my opinion on that. All right, what if George St. Pierre and Israel Adesanya fought in their primes, who would win?
Izzy, hands down.
Izzy.
Don't even Izzy.
It's GSP.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Izzy, I don't know. Izzy,
Izzy.
Yes,
I went to Cap first because I think GSP is the greatest UFC fighter ever. But Cap, go ahead, take it.
Adesanya is skill-wise, to me, the best I've ever seen. But GSP is physically stronger. GSP would grab him. He's not going to kickbox with Adesanya.
Oh, 100%. But how would GSP get Izzy to the ground? GSP is what? 5'11"?
He's going to do it. Don't sleep on height.
You haven't watched GSP fight.
Yeah, you gotta go back.
I'm just saying, Izzy's got the biggest. Izzy's 6'4".
You do, but listen, it's the UFC.
He's 6'4".
People still able to take your ass to the ground.
You better go watch.
With the good takedown.
And again, GSP was the master.
Yeah, I watched him in fucking
Fast Five or some shit.
No, he was in the Marvel movie.
And Falcon Winter Soldier, dog.
Nah.
He wasn't Falcon, but he was in he was also in the regular Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's what I said. Right? I said Winter Soldier and then Falcon.
So Drew, who wins, GSP or the Style Bender?
No, I still got Izzy, bro. Izzy.
Mind you, Izzy is my favorite fighter of all time.
Right.
In UFC.
Yeah. Again, I watched UFC in that era, and GSP is the most technical fighter I've ever seen, and he just don't have any flaws. I think he will, although Izzy is the style bender, he adjusts to everybody, reach. But GSP, strong, technical ass, will find a way to get to Izzy, and once he got him, it's gonna be quiet. Them clamps gonna be on, and I just think that's the guy that Izzy should be happy he didn't fight in era. All right,
nah, Izzy got it.
Also
Izzy
remember,
I don't want to hear it.
Remember that GSP fought welterweight most of his career.
Yeah,
true.
He wasn't.
But he won. He won rings, belts in the middleweight as well. But most of his career was in the welterweight. Okay, what if Patrick Ewing played today, where would he rank regarding the bigs? Now, I'll segue this because Patrick Ewing said if he played in this era, he'll be the best big in the league, wouldn't even be close. So where would we rank Patrick Ewing today if he played in this era? Ed, kick us off, New York.
I say Joker got him.
Joker is Embiid.
I say Joker got him. I say Embiid got him.
80, no.
Maybe. Nah, 80 for
consensus.
Yeah, that's why I said no.
But we're talking, no disrespect, we're talking bigs. AD's top 5 big in the NBA.
Yeah, if Wade's healthy, though.
I'd put him top 5. I wouldn't put him number 1. I'd put him top 5.
He's not better than Jokic.
That's what I said. Yeah, I said that.
He's not better than you said Embiid.
I said
not better than Giannis.
Not yet. Not better than Giannis.
No, we're talking centers. We're not talking bigs. We're talking centers. Right?
I said bigs.
He said bigs.
So
but
you consider Giannis a big?
Yeah, Giannis is a big.
I'm missing somebody big.
No, I'm saying technically Giannis is a small forward, but
I guess Rudy
Gobert. Yeah, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Carl. I think he's better than Carl.
Nah.
No. Better. I don't think Carl Anthony Towns better than Patrick.
Patrick is better than Carl.
Carl's a better shooter. But as far as like a big,
Ed, where would you rank him in the bigs?
I said top five.
Top five. Cap, where will you rank Patrick Ewing today?
Between like 9 and 15.
9 and 15.
Ooh, that's mad low.
Drew.
We talking about we're not talking about centers. We talking about bigs.
Talking about bigs.
Yeah. So you gotta add power forwards and things to it.
But if you go add power forwards in there, okay. If you're adding power forwards, then that changes it. If you're adding power forwards, then probably give them in the 9, like in the 9, 10, in the 9, 11 range right there.
Okay.
If you put in power forwards.
John, where you ranking Patrick Ewing?
I
got him top 5 in bigs. Only people I could think of that's better than him is Joker, Embiid, and Giannis. Nobody.
Yeah, but that's his way you just ranking centers. Like
no. Giannis not a center. I said bigs.
But hold on. But go ahead, John.
I say what you're gonna say.
Because I'm speaking solely on his skill, his footwork, his ability to play in a hole, shoot the 15, rebound, offensive and defense, and his ability to block.
But you just said in this league.
Right, in today's league, yeah.
I don't think Patrick Ewing's game is going to be the same as it was in this league.
I feel like his game will be similar to Joker's.
I don't think so. I think
he'd be like
DeAndre Ayton. I think he'd be DeAndre Ayton.
No, DeAndre Ayton can't shoot as good as Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing's jump shot is just as slow as DeAndre Ayton's jump shot.
Slow release don't mean nothing. No,
I'm talking about accuracy. I'm talking about accuracy.
I don't think it's going to translate like that.
All
it's going to be different.
John, what you got?
I think as a center, Patrick Ewing will be a top 3 center.
Mm-hmm.
But overall big, if you not count Giannis as a big,
mm-hmm.
I think he'll be top 5 playing thing. Because I think he actually had a decent jump shot. Y'all could rebuttal me. I'm just saying my point, and y'all can rebuttal. All I'm gonna say is he had a decent jump shot, and then in this era, he would have been a player that would have, I'm not saying he would have been great from 3 or good from 3, but he would be shooting 3s. And he already had, I don't know if the mid-range shot would carry over to the 3 shot, but he would be shooting it.
And back then they played inside out, right?
Yeah.
Now they play outside in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all, that shit's not going to translate the same for Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing ain't going to be able to have the ball for 9 seconds of the possession. They used to give the ball to the center.
You got to change it to 6.
Let them do whatever they wanted to do in the post. They don't do that no more. Joel Embiid barely gets to do that. Joel Embiid get the ball at the top of the key. Patrick Ewing game, and he ain't gonna be able to.
All I'm saying, again, like John said, Patrick Ewing can shoot anywhere inside the perimeter.
Yeah.
So if we put him into today, then him stepping back to me ain't that far fetched. And because of his control of the perimeter, like Joker, that's why I keep saying Joker. Whereas although Joker can shoot outside, but his control of the perimeter, like Joker has control of the perimeter, like he might bring up the ball and catch it first at the 3-point line, but he always moves inside. Patrick Ewing can play a similar play style in today's era. And again, the other bigs, again, I don't think most of these niggas is trash, to keep it a buck.
The bigs in this league, the bigs in this game is trash.
Not that many elite bigs. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's not that many elite bigs. So it's like,
I'm not saying, listen, I know Patrick Ewing game. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying that he won't be able to play like he played back then. That's why I don't think he will be ranked as high. Because honestly, if we just talking about like just centers playing regularly, there's no great centers right now. There's 2 great centers right now. It's Jokic and Embiid. Besides that, nobody else is really a great center.
And that's what I'm saying. Joker has a similar play style to Patrick Ewing. Other than his ability to shoot a three, where Patrick didn't have to do that in his era, their games is pretty much identical.
Listen, Charles Oakley said that they ain't never win because of Patrick Ewing game.
Oh, because he said he was soft.
And he said that he needed the ball all the time, and he did not score when they needed him to score.
Yeah. Oh no,
but I understand that point. But also in that era, the bigs were better. The defense was better. So
I'm saying, the league is a little softer now, so I think he could bully his way in the post. You said he's not going to do what we see bigs do today. Patrick will play old school.
Charles Oakley type players in the league now.
He'd be bullying them. He'll bully them inside the post always.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be at the foul line.
Okay, so then he'd be at the foul line.
And he can shoot from there, so he'd be fine.
Yeah. We all seen him miss the free throws that cost him the championship.
So that happens. Historically, haven't been good from the free throw line.
Okay. But he has a great percentage at the free throw line. He just missed big shots. If he can be good or not in the league is different.
No, but your cap, you gotta look at it. We're talking about. We're not talking about if you insert him into like. We're talking about just regular.
I'm not saying in the pressure moment. Who would I take? Would I take Patrick Ewing over the top three bigs?
Oh, but yeah, as far as like percentage wise, stats wise,
can he fit in today? And where he would place, he will be a top 5 bid compared to everybody else. I personally think. But we're gonna move on from that. Last what if? What if there was a new street game, NBA or NFL? Which one would you rather play, NBA or NFL? Drew.
Ooh.
NFL.
NFL. John. NBA Street, NFL Street. New one.
I love both those games.
Which one would you rather play?
I think I'll play NFL Street.
NFL Street was good. I like that.
I love both games. Both games are dope. I'm going NFL.
I'm going NBA, man.
I'm agree with you, man. Contrary, like NFL's my favorite sport.
Yeah.
But NBA Street was just
ain't nothing like that, yo.
Yeah, the soundtracks was fire.
No.
With the afro on the cover, you telling me you bringing him back? Like I'm with that. Games. Like you just be bullshitting too with in NBA Street, like NFL Street. Like you were trying to murder people. You know what I mean? Like you be like doing all them wild globetrotter tricks and shit, like rolling on the ground and all that nonsense. NFL Street had like the behind the backs, but it was really all about the hits. That's the NFL.
Cap will understand the point I'm about to say. He may not agree with my point, but I feel like.
Hold on, before you say it, John, because I was saying when Eddie was talking, we got both right now. We got the yard and we got the park for 2K.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, I don't play.
Yeah. But go ahead, John. Say your point now.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Playing 2K,
yard is trash.
No, I'm saying, but if you play 2K, you play in the park. You see a lot of, you don't see like
you can do those moves.
But you see that.
You can do those moves.
But it don't have the animation that it ain't.
Nah, it doesn't. But it still has. When you play that, it still has somewhat of the feel of it. It's not it, but I'm just saying I
you know what the difference
so
is?
I see it.
You know what the difference is? You can do it now. It's just harder to do it. Because video games is harder.
But that's the beauty of Streets. It's arcade style.
Yeah, Street was just it's
but
arcade
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
If it comes back,
you do a quick little like a little bit.
I said NFL Streets.
You know what I mean?
I was gonna say that in 2K right now they have it, but it doesn't work so easily. NFL Streets, you might.
Man, they need to bring back EA Big and
facts.
And give us the Streets. I'm taking NBA though. You get stretched back. You get all the made up characters with the gameplay.
Yeti, who's like 7'5".
Yo, like man, that shit used to be
big little.
Right, big little.
Yeah, that was the other part too. Is that the NBA one was more creative, while the NFL one used the NFLPA. So using the niggas that like legitimately like play in the league.
Yeah, but you got
like because if you want to talk about it, yo,
James,
Madden has I forgot what they call it. They call it the yard. Yeah, that's not even fun.
It's trash. I don't like the yard. I try to play.
Carter play.
It's cool, but like it's not as cool.
I watched Carter play it, and he be hype playing, and I'll be looking at it like, man, you don't even know this.
Right? Shit ain't nothing. Yeah, I remember. Honestly, I prefer NFL Blitz over Street.
Facts though. Blitz was my
Blitz
shit.
Was crazy.
Yeah, Blitz was my shit.
Blitz was
Blitz.
Nah, Blitz is crazy, bro.
Blitz was the first.
Blitz was
Blitz wasn't the first football game I had. First football game I had was NFL Fever.
Yeah,
Fever was also fire. Yeah.
Good games, good childhood, yo. But that's what if we're gonna end the episode with, in case you missed it, our bold prediction for the week. Nobody got they right. John almost got it. He was close. If it would have been a 3, they won by 3, but it wasn't a 3.
Curry for 3 for the record.
Yeah, but it didn't work out that way. So we get into our bold predictions. Drew, kick us off. What's your bold prediction?
On Friday, I'm gonna be a little New York disrespectful. The Heat is blowing them out by 30.
Heat blowing out who? Who they playing?
The New York Knicks.
Oh, okay.
By 30.
Damn.
That ain't far-fetched.
That ain't far-fetched, though. The Knicks is ass. All right, John, what's your bold prediction?
I'm going to say the Lakers go undefeated this week.
Okay.
And my man's Russ, we trust, will average a triple-double in those games.
He will average a triple-double. Not just get a triple-double, but you saying average a triple-double for the week.
For the week. It's probably going to be like 2 games this week because the All-Star break. 2 games, maybe 3.
Nah.
So you going to get 3 triple-double.
So that's 3 straight triple-doubles. 3 straight triple-doubles.
Spicy.
Okay.
Spicy. All right, Cap, give us your bold prediction.
Skip me. Go ahead.
All right, Ed, bold prediction.
I've been an advocate for it in leagues that are dying, leagues that are having issues, leagues that are having problems with scandals and viewership is down. They always do this fake ass fucking lockout shit. So with March coming this week, so next week will be, I think the first episode we record would be March 1st, Tuesday, next Tuesday.
Yep.
It'll be March 1st. Technically spring the first week of the season should be a month after that. So
it ain't gonna happen.
The baseball lockdown will come to an end.
Okay.
On March 1st or near March 1st. Pretty much.
Gotcha. So before our episode.
Before our episode, yeah. Or look, it might be while we record.
Okay, if it was while we record, I'll let you rock.
All right, cool.
But other than that, you ain't getting it. All right. My bold prediction is this week, or by the time we air our next or shoot our next episode, Ben Simmons will have a triple-double with the Nets.
I like
triple-double for Ben Simmons.
He ain't coming back.
He ain't doing that.
So we gonna see.
So my bold prediction is twofold. This is a bet. Go on y'all FanDuel, place this bet.
Okay.
Islam Makhachev.
Who the hell is that?
UFC.
Okay.
He is how do I want to say this?
Underdog or favorite?
He is in he's a Khabib protege.
Okay.
They had him fighting a kid.
What's the odds right now?
And the kid pulled out. They're having the kid fight him who fought 2 weeks ago to replace that kid in the main event versus Islam. So basically,
Islam about to smoke him then.
They didn't want to cancel the event. So they just say, yo, we know you still here. You want to fight again? And he fought 2 weeks ago. Islam about to watch this.
He said, hey, you want to get your ass beat for a couple of dollars?
That's exactly what happened. I'm trying to see who he plays.
So your bold prediction is, what's your bold prediction?
Islam gonna have a first round win. I don't know if it's gonna be TKO or
submission. First round win. Got it.
Wait, who you saying is gonna win this?
Makhachev is gonna beat Bobby Green.
Right now, he's the favorite, minus 850.
He's minus 800 on what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
All right, but that is our episode, man. Episode 45 of season 2 OSA. Hopefully next week we get Kev back. He on his DQ shit as of late. He got an excuse every week. So hopefully we get Kev back. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you catch us next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out our other shows. ASO, Made in Melanin, Drew. whatever that comes out, and all the other shit that we got in the future. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Go listen, go rate, all that good shit. John is in the building. Ed is in the building. Our 6-man Lou Will is here. Drew is in the building, of course. And me, my mama call me Davin, so you can call me Davin. And like always, Ed, we out.
Love, you claim me the illest. You don't believe in yourself to forget it. You gotta put yourself up in position. Ice skating on thin ice. And my ice skate's been in the kitchen. How can you tell me to pick a religion? I'm 24 and I'm broke as a bitch. But I'm a millionaire rich in the spirit. Yeah. Hoping you get my plight. 24 hours in a day. Goofy ass niggas might die by night. Stand clear. Hands